Come into the room, family. Come into the room. Welcome. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. We'll be with you in a moment. Family, we want to welcome you here tonight. Like we said, I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. Family, come into the room. Come into the room. We got our brother in here tonight. MG Smith was the first in tonight. Thank God for you. We're glad that you are here. I may say thank God, but whatever your religious belief is, family, we're glad you're here. Even if you're irreligious, it's okay. Now, family, Betty Bob says, H-Town, hope you had a lovely weekend. It was pretty good, sister. Pretty busy, but good. And I didn't click on hers. Let me click on. Benny's in the house. Hello, H-Town vet and chat family. Yes, indeed. So glad to see Benny. It's been a while. Then we have Vin Olive says, hello, family. Everybody speaking to each other. Coasty in the house says, hey, hello, H-Town and the family. I love dealing with genuine people. I say, you're in the chat, H-Town. How you know who's genuine? These genuine people here. Because if they wouldn't, they reveal themselves as others had done in the past. So let us continue, family. So thank you for being here. We're getting it going. We have a 5-day you have to be subscribed for 5 days in order to participate in the chat. So if you ever get mad and unsubscribe, then you want to come back, you got to wait 5 days. So family, so thank you for being here. For the new people, that's to keep down trolling issues. Trolling is not allowed here. Anybody that gets blocked from the channel, know why they get blocked. So don't ask me no crazy questions. Unfortunately, I would think about unblocking people, but I don't know how to do it. And it's like, if you couldn't listen to the instructions the first time, all people gonna do when they start trolling is come in here, and this time they say H-Town got me last time. This time I'm gonna act a fool and I'm gonna get him. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. I got to you first. That's why I'm nice with you and keep pleading with you. Hey man, can you stop this here? I don't hear what you're saying. You ain't talking to me. People still playing dumb about the trolling. But that's unacceptable here. We're not tolerating it because we have a quality broadcast and we're going to keep it going. Unlike other people, some let the trolling go on, but we have an interactive chat here and we can't tolerate that. So family, let's do this here. If this information is informative for those that are watching, that may just be sitting back watching or active in the chat, if this information is informative to you and helpful, smash that like button. We'd like to win your subscription and your like. Thank you. Now, family, let me know how my sound is. Is it okay? Now, we're about to get on topic. Everybody's speaking to each other. We're about to get on topic. Jay Oliver's in the house. I don't know if I've missed him, but Jay Oliver, glad you're here. Then we have Brother Charleston saying hi to the shipmate H-Town and the family. Sound is good. We're about to get started. So let's get on the topic for tonight. And the topic for tonight is, we're going to talk about work limits. That's what it is. What are work limits as it relates to VA disability? Because this is an issue that keeps coming up about what you can do when you have a certain rating or not. We're going to talk about work limits for disabled veterans. I think it's a good topic. What y'all think? This is a good topic? I don't know if anybody's ever approached it in this manner. They may have. I've never seen it. Let's talk about work limits. In particular, what are the work limits for each VA disability rating? So we know we have several VA disability ratings. We have from 0 to 90%. That's going to be the first group we cover. Then we're going to cover the different 100%, whether that be individual unemployability, IU, temporary 100%, both temporary ratings, and TDIU, which is a permanent rating based on unemployability, and 100% permanent total. We're going to talk about work limits, restrictions, or if there are none. So family, we're going to get into it tonight. And keep us up on it. Let us know if we're covering everything. If we answer the question, we ask you that at the end. Now, our brother say 100% good. It's a lot of confusion. Yes. Now, yes, it is. So we're going to clarify that tonight. Now, family, for you to understand the percentages, I have them all on this scale right here. The lower your percentage, the less your injury is. You know, your injury is not as severe. The higher your percentage, the higher the severity level, and it affecting your ability to work and function in daily life. So if it starts off at a 0% and goes all the way up to 100% permanent and total, or TDIU. Now, and as the severity level gets worse, so does your inability to work or to function in daily life, and it increases your percentage if it's done properly by the VA, and it increases how much monetary compensation you get from the VA. So family, we're going to clarify this thing tonight. Now, when you're dealing with 0 to 90%, they kind of all fall in the same category. Anybody has a rating between 0 and 90%. Let us know if you have a rating. If you don't mind telling us, you don't have to share your business if you don't want to. But if you have a rating between 0 to 90, put 0 to 90%. If you have a VA disability rating between that. And our brother speaking to everybody, Jay Oliver, saying hi to, and said hi to me too. Everybody in the room, thank you. Let me know, put 0 to 90 if you have a rating between 0 to 90%. Because we're going to be covering that category. The lower percentages, even though 90 is pretty high, these are the lower ratings. In most cases, you can work without affecting your compensation. There's very little stress. If you have a rating between 0 to 90, put 0 to 90 in the chat. Brother Charleston said between 0 to 90. Okay. Betty Bob say between 0 and 90. So we're talking directly to you. These ratings, you can work, ain't no big deal. There are sometimes that they may try to reduce you, but usually it's no stress. Now, we have brother Benny says between 0 to 90. See, some people are going to qualify for more than one category. And H-Town breaks it down where it's not confusing, because you know what we do here. We want to make sure you can go back and review this information. And all that we got to get an understanding. Now, Coasty say between 0 and 90%. You say, but Coasty, you got 100% TDIU. Yes, he's paid at the 100% rate and it's permanent. However, his rating is still between 60 and 90%. They give him extra scheduler compensation, extra scheduler rating to meet the 100% mark. He's locked in. It falls under unemployability. We're going to talk about it. So he probably going to be saying he qualified for another rating too. Let's talk about this. Now, when you stand out from the crowd, when you're the one that stands out, that's when it becomes an issue, right? Let's talk about it. When you have these ratings. So most people that have a rating between 0 and 90%, no problem. But if you stand out because of certain things, because you're working and the VA finds out some kind of way that it's based on you, if that 0 to 90% is based on you not working, then that's when they will put limits on it, okay? But guess what? How would the VA know if you don't go to the VA hospital? If you go to a private doctor, they can't check your private doctor records, right? But they can check the VA stuff. But I don't want you to stop going to the VA. I'm just letting you know. If you don't go, they don't know what you're doing unless you tell somebody. Now, so the limitations are your ability to work. How do your condition limit your ability to work? Now, this is what's been going on. So now, if your inability to work, you actually improve in your work environment at your job, and you're able to have what they call substantial gainful employment, your inability goes to an ability to actually work, you could get a reduction in from 0 to 90% if you're able to complete the work task. But how will they know that unless you're telling them that? Sometimes veterans volunteer information. And sometime when you get improvements, certain credentials, and you're doing better at work and you're going to higher education, sometimes those factors can be also, it may also impact your rating. Not all the time, rarely. As you're able to do multiple tasks, you can do more tasks than before. Remember, your ability to complete work tasks, if your 0 to 90% is based on that, you're all right. But let's say you have a hearing issue and it's 10%. Well, that's not based on you working. Most likely they're not going to bother that. And we know when it comes to conditions that they often reduce: mental health, those dealing with muscle and your skeleton injuries, back pain, joint problems, respiratory conditions such as asthma and sleep apnea, auditory such as hearing loss and tinnitus. But most of the time they don't bother, but sometimes they do go back and reevaluate these if they improve and they lower your percentage. Now, we need to understand as we go through these, the difference between passive and active income. So even though I've said all that, it really, if you got a 0 to 90% rating, ain't no big sweat, because most likely you working anyway. And if they fight, you can fight it easier. They really don't start messing with you until you get some form of unemployability that pays you at 100% rate, or a temporary 100% or 100% permanent total. When you start getting those 100% ratings, they have more restrictions and guidelines, and we're going to go over all the work limits for each one. Family, who else can talk to you about that? So passive income is money that you make while you sleep, that you ain't got to do anything extra to get it. The money just come in. Active income, you got to go out and work for it. You got to do something to get it. Cut grass, manage rental properties. So passive income could be money you get. They got the internet here. residuals off of maybe a record deal you had, rent, as long as you're not the one, you're not the manager over the rent, right? Bonds, royalty, stock, passive income, VA disability, passive income, pensions. Let's talk about it now. Passive income. Now, active income. See, we're going to go over these before we go over the rest of the ratings and their limitations, so you'll know the difference. Active income. Active income is something that you got to usually file taxes on. You better file taxes on. So you have like your own business. You work for somebody and they pay you a pay stub. Anything that you have to file taxes, that's called what? And you got to file a W-2 with. That's a job. So if you have a full-time job and you making a salary, yes, that's called active income. Not all active income will restrict you when it comes to the VA. So we're going to break that down too. So now we got to go over the different indicate 100%. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the different 100%. We've covered 0 to 90%. If we covered that and that's clear to you when it comes to 0 to 90%, put okay in the chat. Let us know. If not, we'll go back over it. Let us know if that was clear, that when you got 0 to 90%, they're really not going to mess with you. It's no big deal. Even if they do, you can handle that. We'll talk more. We'll go back over the levels of protection that we went over, but we'll do that in a separate video. Let us know. Put okay if it was okay. Now we're going to talk about the 100%. All right. Now let's see here. Now question, but isn't pension and investment taxed? That's passive, even though it may be taxed, but it's not earned income. I should have used the term earned. I thought I had it in the slide. Earned income. This is passive, where you're living off the interest or the pension. You're not actively going out and working for the money. The key thing with the VA is it earned income, where you're actually working to get it. All right. Not so it might be taxed and different things are taxed, but it's still not earned income because you're not working to get it. So I thank you for helping me clarify that. Now, if you got one of these types of 100%, put the number in the chat. If you have one temporary 100% because of like a knee replacement, you'll know, or even you just got the military psychological condition. If number 2, you have 100% permanent total, meaning temporary 100%, you actually paid on a 100% level. That's the first one, number 1. But it's a temporary schedule of 100%. Now, a permanent and total 100%, you're paid at the 100% level, but it's a permanent, meaning that it's not likely to improve. It's static, and it's total. You're actually paid at the 100% rate. Now, and then the 2 types of unemployability. The temporary one is IU, individual unemployability, and that's temporary. Then you have a permanent, that is TDIU. That is a permanent rating. It's not total because you're not 100%, but you're permanent, meaning you're paid at the 100% rate by extra scheduler ratings. Okay, we're going to break that down. I hope I answered your question. Anybody have one of these? I have number 2. They telling people not, don't tell you what you 100% not, when they telling what they got. They say don't tell it, then they start telling. They know we disabled veterans. Now, 2, permanent total. Now, if you fall under that, let us know if you want to. If not, cool, let's go. Next. Now, okay, so let me go back. Y'all had a chance to let me go back. Oh, y'all putting them in now. It's a little delay. So family, thank y'all. Let me pull it back a little bit. So we'll see. because this has helped with the other people. This help motivates people, the people that are trying to get their benefits. Now listen, so H-Town said 100% permanent total. Then Benny said he has 3. I used to have TDI, individual unemployability, and that's why that's IU. He has 3. That's a temporary 100%. Then Jay Oliver say 100% permanent total, and then MG Smith says 100% permanent total. That's the highest scheduler rating with the most, with the least restrictions, and I ain't gonna say the most benefits, least restriction, because TDIU have the same amount of benefits. It's just that it has employment restrictions. That's the only difference. You get the same benefit. Coastie say 4 TDIU. Yes, indeed. And then, Van Olive say number 2, 100% permanent total with SMC. Come on, if y'all got that SMC in there, look, then Jay Oliver say 100% permanent total, number 2, SMC and Social Security disability. Are you looking for a dependent, my brother? Huh? Can I drop my benefits and get on yours? I'm just asking. Oh, boy. Now, so understand, when we're talking about TDIU and IU, which are both forms of unemployability, the one in yellow, you have to be between, you're actually rated between 60 and 90%. Okay? It's extra scheduler rating, meaning you're not 100%, but they're paying you at 100%. So, and in the case of TDIU, you get the full benefits you get for 100% permanent total. However, with IU, you do not get the dependent benefits of Chapter 35 educational benefits or CHAMP VA healthcare. Because when I was unemployable, I didn't get that. Now, Schedule 100%. Schedule 100%, you meet the full criteria for complete impairment. Now, that could be a temporary 100%, which is temporary, or it could be 100% permanent total. Both of them, you get paid at the 100% rate. Am I making sense? I hope I make sense, because we kind of dealing with 2 different things here. We're dealing with temporary ratings and permanent ratings. We're dealing with fully scheduler rating, 100% scheduler ratings, and 100% non-scheduler ratings. And they kind of mix up a little bit. So we have Van Olive say Social Security, disability also. I want to be like y'all when I grow up. Now, it's good you've earned these benefits. You have no reason to be ashamed, and we have to inspire others. We mind our business over here, and they're in Congress talking about trying to take away our benefits. So we shouldn't have to be ashamed. We want to crown the rooftop, because we thought by just minding our business, people would leave us alone. They putting dirt on our name, and we're not going to allow it. Now, remember, with extra scheduler rating, you're not, when you're dealing with special monthly compensation, they're giving you extra money. So you might have unemployability at 60, 70, 80, or 90%. But because your extra scheduler rating, they're paying you at 100%. All right? You're making the same thing as somebody 100% permanent total or a temporary 100%. So we're going to talk about those ratings now and how to get, so ratings, 100% ratings based on unemployability. One of them is permanent and the other is temporary. The first one that is temporary is individual unemployability, which is a temporary rating, usually called IU. All right. And the other one is total disability, individual unemployability. Watch our video by this name. And the only difference it's going to be from 100% permanent total is the work restrictions, and you can't work above the poverty level, but you can earn passive income like other retirements, investments. If you got rental properties and you don't have to manage them, That's money that they can't touch. We're gonna talk about that. Now, the federal poverty level I'm believing right now is $15,650. So you can't work above the poverty level when you have IU or TDIU. You can work. You have to work in a sheltered work environment, meaning you working where you don't have to work as many hours. You may not be able to work around people. You don't feel comfortable with it. They make certain modifications for your disability. You may work at a family business or whatever, and you come and go as you please. So sheltered work environment. Now at 60%, if you have one condition, there's two ways to qualify for unemployability, whether that's individual unemployability or TDIU, total disability individual unemployability, the permanent one. They both you apply. You can qualify the same way. Either you having a 60% rating or a 70% rating, and the requirements are a little different. For the 60, you could get, but if they determine that is permanent, they're not going to give you IU. That's temporary. They're going to give you TDIU because they say, oh yeah, you're unemployable, but it's permanent. Let's see what happens with the 60% rating. Well, with the 60% rating, remember, you'll still be 60%, but they'll pay you at the 100%. The veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability if one service-connected disability is rated 60% or higher. So the rating can be 60%, 70%, 80%, or 90%. But then you file for but it starts at 60. And then you file for unemployability, and they might give you a temporary 100% like they gave me. Okay? Let's continue. The other way you can do it, let's say you have a 70% rating, but you don't have one condition that's 60%. So now you can do a combined rating to help you get you to 70%, then you can file for unemployability. Just because you can file, that doesn't mean that you qualify. You just qualify to file for it, for them to consider it. So with a 70% rating, the veteran, you could apply for unemployability and get paid at 100% if the veteran with 2 or more service-connected disabilities are eligible to file a claim for unemployability if at least one of the disability is rated at 40% or higher, and the others are combined to 70%. So you have other disabilities that may be 10, 20, 30s or whatever, and the other ones combined, I have to put that on there, combined to 70%. So you don't need to meet that 60. And here's the application for unemployability. If you have a 60% rating and you have one disability at 6% and you're not working, why haven't you filed? If you have a 70% rating with one of them being 40% and the rest combined up to 70%, why haven't you filed? But you have to put on the form the last day that you worked. So at that point of filing, you most likely got to be unemployed. Now we talked about the scheduler ratings and the extra scheduler ratings. Now they kind of switched up now. We're going to talk about the permanent ratings and the temporary ratings. This is going to make sense when we talk about the information that we're going over here. So permanent ratings is TDIU and 100% PNT. These are static ratings, meaning they're not likely to improve. The temporary ratings that fluctuate on the one hand with IU is temporary individual unemployability and temporary 100%. We're going to break them down tonight and how they affect your work limits. So with temporary ratings, the reason 100%, temporary 100% and IU, individual unemployability, are temporary because they're likely to improve, but for different reasons, okay? So we're going to talk about that. So because they're likely to improve, it's possible that you could get reduced, or they might keep you the same, or they might give you an increase or make it permanent. You can request a permanent rating if you have a temporary rating of IU. Now, when it comes to a temporary 100%, that's based on surgery, not based on, you can't apply for a permanent like that. That's based on events happening. You getting the surgery, the 4-month rehab period, and then they'll pay you for the residuals. We're going to talk about it. So remember, when you have temporary ratings, you're running out of time. One way or another, you're running out of time. Remember that with temporary ratings, you're running out of time. You're running out of time. Because there's an expiration date with temporary ratings. Depending on what type of temporary 100% you have, that's going to determine your expiration date. So you got to meet, the deadline is coming. And usually they're going to put a date. When they say future exam or future exam schedule, that's your deadline to go reevaluation to see if your condition improved. This is how it works. Now, when you look at it from with temporary ratings, when you deal with individual unemployability, IU, that's like an expiration date, meaning the condition may improve, so they'll reevaluate it 3 to 5 years. Sometimes they won't reevaluate 3 to 5 years. They may extend it out further. Okay? But usually after you get it, it's 3 to 5 years. They check to see has the condition improved, stayed the same, or worsened. And in that time, what I did, I applied for permanent total, but I produced evidence to show that I was permanent total. So keep getting your treatment. Now, temporary 100% is different. That's after a corrective surgery. So you don't have any control over that. That's going to be based on you getting a corrective surgery, or you had prostate cancer and breast cancer, or whatever it was that you were exposed to, and it was from your military service. And once the corrective surgery happened, they're going to pay you for the residuals. All right. So basically how it go is after the corrective surgery, you get 4 months to rehab. It used to be a year. Now it's 4 months. And then they'll pay you for the residuals from maybe, the breast cancer, if you have any scarring, prostate cancer, once they remove the prostate, if you have trouble with incontinence and you might have to wear diapers or something, they have to pay. And the more diapers you need from the VA, the higher your percentage. And other things you need that was affected. Now with temporary 100%, as we say, that's when they're gonna pay you the 100% until the corrective surgery happened, and then after that they'll pay you for the residuals because the surgery corrected it, and they'll pay you for residuals. Individual unemployability works a little different because it fluctuates. It's not based on a corrective surgery. It's based on the condition being dynamic, meaning blah, 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 blah. So it might get better or worse, like mental health conditions get better and worse. They wing and wane. And if it improves, your condition improves, let's say, for example, depression, they're going to reduce you. If the condition gets worse, they're going to increase you or may make you permanent total. May give you 100% permanent total rating or TDIU. That's based on a periodic reexamination. Now, static ratings. Now, let's see what he said. See what our brother's saying. Question. Since SSI is based on total household income, is the temporary TDIU, now TDIU is not temporary, IU is temporary. TDIU is total disability, individual unemployability. That's permanent. IU, individual unemployability, is temporary. But I'll answer your question. Only for single veterans? Nah, no, you can be married, and that doesn't. They don't base that. You get when you get IU. The thing with the IU, you don't get benefits for your dependents. You still get the uh the compensation form for dependents, but you won't get Champ VA or Chapter 35 educational benefits. You'd have to be TDIU permanent or 100% permanent total. You can't get those without a permanent rating. And they don't base your income. No, they won't. You get it based on your income, not your spouse. Your spouse could be a millionaire. You can still get a temporary 100%, and they won't, because it's compensation, they won't count that against you. Temporary, your individual unemployability is going to be based on your work and how much you make, not the household income. Tell me if I answered your question or not, brother. Let me know. Now we're going to go to static ratings. Static ratings is another, meaning they're stuck in place. These are the permanent ratings. I know we're jumping back and forth. So, for example, Coasty said that he is, I believe, what Coasty at? Coasty said he number 4. He has TDIU. So he has 100% permanent total, basically like me, with a few restrictions, but he get the same benefits. It's just when it comes to employment, it's a little different. TDIU is total disability, individual unemployability. Now the condition, now I want y'all to watch these because I broke all this down in detail. Static, not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of the veteran's life. So we pretty much set no future exam scheduled, marginal employment, odd jobs, work for friends or family is okay. Passive income, for example, rent properties you don't manage is okay. So make sure they ask you, do you manage your properties, the rent you get? You ain't got to tell them, but if they ever bring it up, nah, I just get the money. Get somebody to manage it for you, a family member or pay a management company. Permanent. Now let's see what, let's see. Yes, H-Town, glad it's different from SSI. With SSI, it's either you're totally disabled or not. With the VA, they play in percentages of your disability. But when it comes to, that's what they're trying to do pretty much with all this stuff they're trying to do. They're trying to make it where either we totally disabled or not disabled at all. They trying to use the Social Security model on us here. That's what they trying to get to. So they want you to either be 100%, and if you go get a job, they're going to knock you off your 100%. So it ain't going to be that many people 100%, because some people 100% work. Now we're talking about this one. So you have work restrictions. We're going to talk about it. Benny says, does the VA grant TDIU for IU veterans with 3 to 5 years automatically? No, it's not automatic. You have to go in for an evaluation, and they will see if your condition has improved, stayed the same, or got worse. If it's gotten worse, you could possibly get TDIU, or they might give you 100% permanent total. Now, for it to be 100% permanent total, you'd have to have a symptom at the 100% level. We're going to talk about that. H-Town breaking it down. We have 14 watching and 14 likes. This is wonderful. So yes, now let us continue. That's TDIU. That's a permanent rating. Let's continue. So with this, Coasty could get a part-time job. That's okay. He can pay taxes on it. That's cool. He could be a handyman. That's marginal employment. As long as it's not substantial gainful employment, like if it's this, like run the Fortune 500 company, like some people we know, right? Do that. Now it has to be substantial gainful employment. You can make more than meeting your basic needs. Okay, you can make more than making your basic needs, but you just can't go over the poverty level when it comes to what they call that active income. Now, it's based on a living wage, what it takes to survive, not based on meeting just your basic needs. A living wage. Now, if you start making a living wage, meaning you're making just as much that it takes with your TDIU, you might have some issues, because most likely that's going to be over the poverty level of that almost $16,000. You're going to be over that. That's a living wage when you start making 80, 90, 100,000. Now that's the restriction. That's the income limits with TDIU. But remember, you want to be passive income. You make all the money you want. Now, when it comes to 100% permanent and total scheduler rating, meaning you actually 100% paid at 100%. With that, the same thing as before with TDIU, static, not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of a veteran's life. Mean not likely to improve, don't mean it won't now. No future exams scheduled. All right. You can work without any limits on employment or income. That don't mean they won't call you in anyway. Remember, they've done it before. Now, Jay Oliver say, H-Town, can I go back to the SSI question? Go ahead. Anything you want to say. Did I not answer it? Let me know if I forgot to answer it for you. Go ahead. We good. You can go back to whatever you want to. Let's do it. I'm going to just keep talking to you, answer the question. Now, with TDIU, it works like this. I mean, not TDIU. When it comes to 100% permanent total, yes, you can get reevaluated. You can get reduced, but not likely. Remember, not likely to improve. No exam scheduled. Remember the words. But the only way that they would mess with it when it comes to 100% permanent total is if the alarm goes off. All right? What alarm going off? Go ahead and ask your question, but you good. If the door is open, that sends the alarm off. The opening the door to your 100% permanent total. Now, it don't have to be you that opened the door. It could be the VA that opened the door. But once the door opens, the alarm goes off, and we're going to tell you how that alarm goes off, how that door gets opened. Here it is. Exception to the P&T 100%, the permanent total, which is 100% permanent total. If the alarm goes off, if you get incarcerated for a felony, hold on. Give me a second, family. Look at the chart. Okay, Jay Oliver, tell me what your question is, brother. Now, back to what we were talking about. You free to ask your question. Now, exceptions to the 100% permanent total rule. Remember, H-Town broke it down to you clearly. Incarceration, if you're incarcerated on a felony for more than 60 days on a felony. If it's a misdemeanor, it could be as long as it is. They can't mess with your money. If you're incarcerated 60 days on a felony, the VA will take you from whatever percent, especially if you're 100% permanent total, they're going to take you down to 10%. And you would have to get it reinstated you're 100%. The same for IU, TDIU too. Same if you had 20 to 100% permanent total, they'll take you down 10%. If you're 10%, I didn't get to answer that question last time. I'm sorry. I overlooked it. I apologize. If you only have a 10% rating, they're going to pay you half the 10% amount. So that's about $70 something. They're going to pay you about $60 or so. You'll still be 10%. Okay, now, but you can actually win your 100% while you're in prison, but they're not going to pay you at the 100% rate. Jay Oliver, let me finish up this and I'm going to read your question. Now, other ways for the door to be open and the alarm to go off for your 100% permanent total. If you submitted false evidence and the VA can prove it. We see the reports that's put out by the Washington Post about veterans with their fraudulent claims, and we've done videos on veterans with VA fraud. If you open up a new claim and you file for an increase or some other condition, don't even have to be for that, that could open you up to be reevaluated for your 100% permanent total disability. Another thing, exception, if you got the 20-year rule. So when you file on the 20-year rule, that works on your behalf though. That means that they can't mess with it unless they can prove that you committed fraud. So whether it proves anything after that, it don't matter no more. You can get cured. Once you have 20 years, they can't touch this unless they can prove you did it fraudulent. Then if they call you in and you have no proof of your status, keep your information when you became 100% or paid at the 100% rate, whether that's TDIU, IU. Because if you've been paid at the 100% rate for 20 years straight, whether it's IU, they'll never stop paying you at 100%. But if you lose the documentation, they'll say they don't have it. I've seen that happen to somebody. You miss a CNP exam. They set you up for a CNP exam. You say, oh man, forget that. I ain't going to that. I'm already 100% permanent total. You better go to that exam. And while you're doing it, set up a separate exam with an outside doctor in case the VA try to get you to somebody and that person say, oh, they need to be reduced. Because sometimes they will send you to an exam on their own. Unwarranted reexaminations is what they called it, remember? Then a VA error, like we say, unscheduled reexaminations. Now, then the last one, which I think they're trying to do, is change the law on what makes you 100%. Law change can do it too. Now, let me read the questions. I hope the information is informative. I appreciate y'all patience with us here. Let's ask Jay Oliver. He says, Social Security insurance is mean driven when Social Security disability insurance is not means driven. Okay, SSI is means driven, how much you make, but Social Security disability is not. So you can have VA compensation and Social Security disability insurance, but when it comes to SSI, they're gonna offset it, right? Whatever you get. That's the same with a VA pension. SSI works like the VA pension. The VA pension, if you make any extra money, they can deduct it, but not out of VA compensation. Some people get a VA pension, about $1,200, $1,400 a month. Social Security disability insurance. One day we want to talk about the VA pension. Social Security disability insurance states you cannot do any job and you can have some income in the bank. Okay. The VA can't mess with you. Like, what was his name? John McCain. He was a millionaire and he still received $50,000 a year tax-free money. The media tried to shame him, but he was a disabled veteran. He was retired. but on his disability, VA disability, they couldn't touch it. And on his him being a prisoner of war, I think he received something for that. Do they give money for being a prisoner of war? Now listen to Charleston. J. Oliver, understand that, like H-Town was saying, they're trying to change earned and passive income limits. So go same rules as SSI. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do this to us. They're trying to make it. See, most veterans that are between 0 and 90% work. And they're talking about, oh, if you get between 0 and 60%, they're going to drop you. You can go get a job. You already have a job and still struggling. So he didn't bring that up. He's in La La land. That's talking about Lieutenant Colonel Gage. And we're going to talk about him in the news report tonight, because y'all know me. I don't stop. I don't pick fights, but I finish them. So when we talking about permanent total, remember, a condition is permanent when it is static, meaning by showing no change or improvement over a period of time. And what is that period of time? Number 2 in red on the second page. Persists at least 5 years without material improvement. Number 3, permanent and not expected to improve, meaning it's static, it ain't going nowhere, and it's most likely going to continue for the rest of your life. You need to get a doctor to say that, in your notes, or if they do say it, you need to document it. So that's what makes it permanent. What makes it total? This is on with 100% permanent total. You have at least one symptom at the 100% rate. For whatever your condition is. And if it's migraines, you're not going to have 100% for migraines, but that can add up with other combined rates, because the highest you can get for migraines is a 50%. That's the most severe. Now, remember, the VA is looking for severe symptoms, total functional impairment. And we always use PTSD as an example. Total functional impairment, these are examples with the hypothetical Mr. John Brown: persistent delusions and impaired judgment, gross impairment of communication. They have other ones up there in blue. Those, some of them are at the 10, 20, 30, 50% rate or 70% rate, like suicidal ideation or something like that. But the ones that are at the 100% rate are those two at the bottom there. And they fall on the what? The rating criteria. See, all this balances itself out. That delusions and hallucinations, gross impairment of thought and communication, this is on the rating schedule. You get these symptoms at the 100% rate, and whatever your condition is, you get the symptoms at the 100% rate, you'll have 100%. Now, there's a lot of questions going on. Who has the answers? Everybody's saying they got the answers. All right. The Washington Post say they got the answers. Fake news, clickbait. We already exposed that on the last live stream. Jeff Bezos, that owned the Washington Post, what? He get what? Government contracts. So he got a contract with the government. We got one, but they hating on our contract with the government. Think about it. We have a contract that we signed. That's why they have to pay us disability, because we signed a contract and they have to keep their part of the obligation. We got a contract with the government. He's trying to mess us out of our contract, his newspaper, while he's getting government contracts. A lot of people speaking against us. But here's the thing. These benefits give us financial freedom to a certain extent. in the form of VA disability compensation, health care benefits. The number one reason people file bankruptcy is because of health care costs, rare illnesses, and boy, don't we know, being on ships, being on a flight deck, being in airplanes, being on and out on in these different bases with all these chemicals. That's things that we need healthcare for. And state benefits that we talked about really help veterans out. Here's the VA compensation chart that's about to change. Some of the benefits there: educational, we got a protected status, healthcare insurance, state benefits, tollways free here in Texas, and passive income. Now, you're going to trade that. I want to ask you, what would you trade that for? What would you trade that for? I want to see if y'all say, what would you trade your benefits for? Your service connection. Charleston, what would you change your service connect trade it for? Huh? What would you trade it for? Your VA compensation. What would you trade it for? They say we give you this if you get rid of your service connection. You can't file for no increases. What would you trade it for? Jay Oliver, what would you trade your VA disability for? Come on, let me go up here. Charleston, you got between 0 and 90%. What would you trade it for? What could they give you where you'd renounce and sign away your rating? Betty Bobs, what would you trade your rating for? Let us know. Huh? Benny, what would you trade your rating for between 0 and 90%? Coasty, what would you trade your rating for? If Congress came to you. Let us know. Oh, you something else. Jay would say Jeff Bezos money. Yeah, you talking about that government contract money? You be getting paid from the government too. I'm gonna tell you what they want you to trade it for, though. They want you to trade it for hard work. They want you to get out there. Lieutenant Colonel Gage say that what all you need is hard work, and that's going to heal your injuries, your condition. That most of it is your mind that's messing with you. That the migraines, he acting like it's just in your mind. He's talking like it. Oh, that injury you got, that tinnitus. He want to get rid of tinnitus. He said it's not a real injury. Now, currently good hearing and mental calmness, peace of mind. Yes, what we gonna get that back? Look at this here. Gabe Plow. He wants you out there working. You're gonna be mad when we get in the news section because we're gonna be talking about him. So they want to turn your disability into ability. This sounds like a motivational speaker. Man, that's what Gabe and Congress, some of them talking about. So you disabled, but they say you can work. Come on, get out there in the job market. You're a disabled veteran, but come on now. Nothing in this world, Benny said. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, because if you get down below 50%, you don't have all that free health care. Say when. I don't know, sister, when. They trying to get you back to work. Are you ready for work? Full-time work in replacement of your benefit. So they want us to work while we're unhealthy and sick. He literally said when he was filing for his disability, Lieutenant Colonel Gage, he told them only put in for my injuries that were in combat. How you know? I say put in everything. Oh, the soldier didn't want to put it in, but they put them in anyway. The soldier don't know what's wrong with him. I didn't know I had PTSD. Somebody had to tell me to file for it. Well, the veteran want to file. We don't know. How you gonna get the most uninformed person most of the time, the veteran who's going through the experience? If we knew what to do, we go do it ourselves. Now listen to what it said. Gabe was talking to Dougie and put laying on the hands. Yeah, that's all. Because you're gonna be surprised. You ain't gonna be surprised. You know what he says? Lieutenant Colonel Gage says when they asked him, the one that's veteran info tap, he said this is law that we have. He went in on him. I got to get to him. Both of them kind of went in on him. The guy Sib Dib kind of soft shoot a little bit. He kind of political to me, but I like how they, especially veteran info tap. He went in on him, and I appreciate that. He said this is VA law. You know what he said? I'm gonna tell you in a minute. He said we shouldn't follow the law. We should follow something else. Huh? Yeah, we gonna get to it. So they want us going back to work. Sick. And according to Lieutenant Colonel Gade, he wants you to start at 70%, get rid of all the ratings between 0 and 6%. That's over 2.5 million people. That'll be 40% of all veterans. Start at 70%. Huh? They save $1.7 billion a month if they do that. And they knock off 45% of all veterans, only be 55% left. And then they start working on us. That's 70% or higher. Now, is that a fair trade? Give up your VA disability benefits for a job. Is that a fair trade? If it's a fair trade, put fair trade in there. If not, put no. Is that a fair trade? Giving up your benefits, your VA compensation benefits for a full-time job. He might let you come work for him. In my opinion, we're trying to go one way and they trying to knock us back another way. Is it a fair trade, family? Come on, they need to hear us. MG Smith say, no, it's not a fair trade. Charleston say, no, it's not a fair trade. Oh, they listening because he's sensitive, because he came right online when people start dragging him, trying to clean it up. Now, given the atmosphere for veterans right now, what percentage of love you got for them right now? For the people that so-called, what percentage you got for Congress and what percentage you got for the people that's supposed to be financially supporting us and being on our side? What is it? Some of them fighting for us? You have a 0% love for them right now? Is it at 0% or is your love charge at 50%? You trust some in Congress, some no. What about, do you 100%? Say no. Coaches say no. Van Olive say no. Now, listen to what Mike say. MG Smith said, I've kissed all the asses. I'm going to kiss. I'm retired. Betty Bob say no. Y'all hearing this here? For all you trying to screw us out of our benefits? Coastal say no. H-Town say no. So they say drained. Yes, indeed. Family. Coaches say 0%. Drained. Y'all ain't got y'all ain't got no love for Congress right now. Anybody you feel fighting on our behalf. Now, family, I want you to understand. Benny said no. Now, family, come on, let's ask the question. We've been in there an hour. I'm trying to get through the information. We're doing pretty good here. Thank y'all. We halfway through. So Betty say 0 charge. She ain't got no love for him right now. I hope you're watching Congress. I hope you're watching people that's so-called speaking on our behalf. So Brother Charleston has a question. Now, Charleston say, question, H-Town, Colonel A lieutenant colonel company is veteran owned. I thought veteran companies were to help veterans. Seems like lieutenant colonel is only for one veteran himself. You think so? Now, hold on. Let's get something straight, Brother Charleston. Me and you agree on most things. Why would a man that says he want to get rid of VA disability, his plan is totally, why would that mean he's not getting it right? That means he's not a disabled. He wouldn't try to benefit from the same benefit that he's trying to take from you, would he? That would be hypocritical, bro. We don't have any proof that he's a disabled veteran, right? Do we? We'll see. Now, there you go. She say 0%. Now, I like that. Coach say Senator Duckworth stuck up for veterans, and she's a rider. We got to reward people that are riders, and they attacked her a couple of years ago. Remember we played the video last year? Because she's a service-connected disabled veteran, and she lives, I think, in Chicago, because she don't pay property tax on her house, but she's living and she's working in DC, so she have to have a place in DC. They try to shame her for that. No, she's a senator, so she has to move around. Stop pocket watching and hating. Now, in my opinion, yeah, she's a rider. Anybody else you know to be a rider in there? In Congress, the Senate, or the House? Betty Bob say 15 likes and 15 watching. Say Tammy. Okay. Now, family, we got to look at let me get to that. We got to look at something here. They want you to work. Lieutenant Colonel Gade, retired, want you to work with these conditions. And I'm going to break them down here. I want y'all to listen to what they're asking you to do. They want you to work with heart problems. Number 1. Number 2, dental or oral problems. Number 3, digestive system problems. Number 4, problems with your endocrine system. And we're going to talk about that. Gallstones, different. We're going to talk about it. Number 5, serious female reproductive system problems. Number 6, urinary problems. Number 7, mental health disorders. Number 8, musculoskeletal system problems, joint pain and things like that. Number 9, nervous system problems. Number 10, nutritional deficiencies. Number 11, respiration systems problems, such as asthma, COPD, and things like that. Number 12, disabilities dealing with your 5 senses: smell, touch, taste, sound, and sight. Then number 11, skin problems such as scarring, chemical reactions on your skin, and rashes. Number 14, immune disorders and infectious diseases. Now, let me ask you this here, family. Oh, let me put it where y'all can see me now. Let me ask you this here. If you're when we go get treatment from the VA, we got to go during the daytime. How are we going to keep all our VA schedules? We got to work a full-time job. Come on now. I want to ask you something. If you have a serious heart problem, who going to want to hire you with a cardiovascular system issues, heart problem? Is it easy to find a job? Could that put you at risk? You got to go get treatment. You might have a heart attack at the job. Blood issues, veins, dealing with your veins, the blood not getting to your heart, clogged veins, blocked arteries, and you out there working in a work environment, heart disease, hypertension. Oh, he said hypertension don't matter because you got it after your military service. And Sib Dib, I really lost a lot of respect for him. He quoted the guy and told told that Lieutenant Gay, talking about, yeah, my mom is a fatso or something. I'm like, man, you couldn't say that about no black mom. She slapped the taste out your mouth. Now, do like I did for 20 years, work third shift. Yeah, I hear you. So they want you to work with hypertension, which can kill. Then, number two, first one, if you, I forgot to say it. If you have any of those problems with the heart, put a 1 in the chat, because that was number 1. If you suffer from, let me put that, I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. Give me a second here. If you have any type of cardiovascular issues that would affect you working, put a 1 in the chat. Any type of heart condition that would affect you, they need to know, hey, listen, you can't, how you gonna have somebody, you could cause somebody to lose their life. Put 1 in the chat. If you have any type of heart conditions that could keep you from working, that you need continuous medical treatment for. Come on now. I forgot to do that. MG Smith say yes. Coasty says yes. Come on now. Van Olive say yes. This is why these people, most of them got high ratings. When you have serious heart conditions, that is dangerous. Coasty worked in the Coast Guard. You out there with a stressful job. Some of y'all work for the fire department and stuff. That's dangerous working on jobs. And most of them require you to do some type of activity. Come on now. Now we're going to go to the second one here. And thank y'all for your patience. I'm going to skip back up. Family, these people need to understand that this is ridiculous what they're asking us. Now, number 2 is dental oral conditions. Now, if you have dental or oral conditions that are service connected, that might prevent you, or not, that might, well, let's say service connected, that might prevent you from working, because put 2 in the chat. Come on, family, these people, they don't understand. They can go back. These people tell the truth because they consistent here. When you trying to work it, you got to bring your own food because you may not be able to eat certain food. You might have some type of pain. You might have to leave and go home. Betty Bops, I hear you, Betty Bops. Now, come on. Dental conditions, loss of teeth, jaw pain, joint pain. How you gonna be able to talk if you're in serious pain with your mouth? Number 3, digestive problems. If you have digestion problems, don't be embarrassed. Any digestive problem, family, let's just talk about it. I'm gonna go and start it off. H-Town. It could be acid reflux. Problem with I'm just gonna be honest now. I'm honest. Huh? I'm just being honest. Let's be real. Betty Bob say 3. Digest. That could be acid reflux. It could be stuff, different ones, gas. It could be not being able to use the restroom properly. MG Smith. Look at this here. Van Olive. Family, this ain't no joke. This not a joke here. Put a 3 in the chat. Because that digestive system, that's not just you using the restroom, you being able to properly digest your food. It affects the rest of your body. You might throw the food up. All type of effects on with your digestive system. That's how you get nutrients to your body. That needs to be working proper. How you gonna work if you have serious digestive system issues? Whoo, look at this here. Jay Oliver say he has a problem with 1, 2, and 3. The heart, the teeth, and the digestive system. My Lord. Irritable bowel syndrome. If you got IBS diagnosed, put IBS in the chat. That's digestive system. Or GERD. If you got GERD, put that in the chat. These are digestive system problems. Now, hepatitis, I think those supposed. Yes, gallbladder. So these things could mess with your digestive, gallbladder, the liver. You could have hepatitis. You ain't got to mention where you got hepatitis. Keep that to yourself. Gallbladder problems. These all fall under, fam. So Betty Bops, yes, this stuff. Several people. If you have GERD, because I know on those ships a lot of Navy people get GERD. So Jay Oliver, I got it, but I'm not service connected for it. I think I got it. I haven't been diagnosed. Hernias, family, these are all digestive hernias. Surprise you. Cancer and tumors on it. Now listen to what Betty Bops. I had my gallbladder removed November 5th. We're praying for you and your family and praying for your speedy recovery. Did you hear that? We're not playing here. This is serious stuff. Hormones. Now that's the endocrine system. Any hormone problems, fam, any hormonal problems that they said, put 4 in the chat. Your doctor diagnosed, especially female reproductive system. All right. Any type of stuff, that's some of the most serious, especially with female veterans. Oh, that's number 5. Number 5. Okay. Thank you so much, H-Town. Number 4. Number 5, did I mess up the numbers? The female reproductive system. So the hormones is going to be a chemical release with oh man, I messed that up. A chemical release with all organism which affects the cells. I think it's going to be number 5. In another part of the organism. Yes, indeed. I think I messed them up, but put 4 or 5, it's okay. Like menopause. This is some hormonal issues that many women suffer from, especially as they get older, and hot flashes. Female reproductive, okay, no problem. When you trying to work, how a woman gonna work with hot flashes? You know, people just don't know, especially number 6, that urinary tract. Anybody have anything dealing with the urinary tract system? Put a 6 in the chat. Excuse me, family. And this also involves frequent urination. How in the world you gonna work at a job if you got to go to restroom constantly? I know I take medication for it. 6, Betty Bob 6, H-Town. Come on now, how you gonna do that? Maybe 6. Okay, yeah. You may not be diagnosed with it, but they give me medication for it. Number 7, mental health disorders. This is when it gets dangerous, family. How can a bipolar person hold down a full-time job? Because he said mental health conditions are curable, in particular PTSD. So would you want a bipolar person not taking any medicine because they cured? Who think mental health conditions would affect what they do at a job? Well, I got to put in because you know me. Number 7, mental health disorders. Would this affect you working on a job? Put 7 in the chat. Finn Olive say yes, mental health. Charleston say yes, mental health. And a lot of y'all know because y'all have had problems with it in the past. See, I'm tying all this in so Lieutenant Colonel Gade would understand. He wants us to work and not receive our VA disability. I assume he gave his up too, right? Now, H-Town, yes, mental health. J. Oliver, yeah, yes, mental health. Benny, mental health. Come on now, fam. You at work, the mental health conditions can make you get distracted. MG Smith, mental health. VA diagnosed, number 7, mental health, for Brother Charleston. See, family, we get into this. See, this is what you're going to fight with. The reason H-Town going over this, when they try to reduce you, that's when you're going to file all this other stuff. Oh, since you bring that up here, let me tell you about this here. Make sure you're getting treatment. Listen to Betty Bops. VA diagnosed mental health, number 7. Come on now. Family. What they talking about? It can mental health conditions to make where you can't concentrate when you're at work. You might crash out. Or you might get violent with your coworkers. Family. I want you to be honest now. Who's gotten violent or almost got, who's went off on their coworker? Either you put hands or got close to putting hands on them. Put a fist in the emoji in the chat, or put the word fist in the chat. If you've ever went off or it got serious in your workplace where you want to punch somebody, put hands on them, put a fist in the chat or the word fist in the chat, or a hand emoji. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not proud of it. Benny said yes, fist in the chat. He had altercations at work because of that mental health. So has H-Town. Don't put it up. Oh, Charles put that fist in the chat. Betty Bops put that fist in the chat. Now, Betty Bops, you wasn't on one of those airplanes, as a flight attendant. Oh, J. Albert say he put foot in him. he went up that backside with him. Now, musculoskeletal conditions that prevent you from working. First airplane. Okay, first airplane. Wow. Man, people don't know. This ain't no joke out here. Number 8, if you have any type of joint pain, muscular or skeletal conditions, put number 8 in the chat. If you got anything going on with your muscles or your service connected for that, serious injuries that will prevent you from working, muscular skeletal conditions, joint pain, put 8 in the chat. That could be your back pain and all that. Put 8 in the chat. Fam, this is the most serious because you got to move around at a job. Even if you're sitting down, you can be in pain at a job. Come on now. Look at this here. Betty Bops. V and Olive having musculoskeletal conditions with their muscles and their skeleton, their bones. You say service-connected eye. Okay, Betty Bops. J. Oliver says 8. Coasty said 8. Betty say service connected for number 8. Oh, service connected. So Betty Bops is service connected for some type of bone or joint pain. Okay. See, family? This is serious stuff here. I got lower back pain. Serious lower back pain. I ain't gonna say serious, but it's serious enough. Now, what about dealing with the nervous system? What is that? What TBI, migraines would fall under? The nervous system, the headaches. I'm sure they could fall with the back problem. What about that? Issues dealing with the nervous system. Put 9 in the chat if you have V and Olive. See, many of us as veterans, many of y'all have multiple. So a person talking about y'all going, how can you work if you think this will prevent you from working? Putting 9 in the chat. Come on now. Nervous system issues. such as damaged nerves. Now listen to this here. Betty Bob say VA diagnosed nervous system, damaged nerves. Fam, this ain't no joke. That's dealing with your nervous system if you have damaged nerves. Mike says 9, service connected for nervous system issues, and many of them, it could be damaged nerve. I don't know. Number 10, nutrition deficiencies. Who have issues that, because if you have nutrition deficiencies that you have to take certain medications at certain times and you trying to work where you losing energy, do you think that a nutrition deficiency would affect you working a job? Who has nutrition deficiencies? Put 10 in the chat. Come on, fam. If you got nutrition deficiencies that you have to take supplements for, vitamins and different things, and they have to eat a lot of different stuff to keep let us know. Jay Oliver. Fam, this is all the areas of service connection. We're covering them. So if they talking about you working, this is what you're going to use as evidence. I have nutrition deficiencies that prevent me from doing work and I'm service connected for it, or you need to file a claim for it if you're not service connected and you feel it's related to your military service. So that's Jay Oliver. And then MG Smith say yes. And see, that's why I like Charles. He say 10 maybe, tired of service. Okay. Tied to service. Okay. You need to start filing these claims, brother. Get your treatment. Now get your treatment. You hear me? Get your treatment for it. Come on now. See how we're trying to. So if you have nutrition issues, that can be real dangerous. You losing energy when you are in a work environment. That could drain you. If you don't have enough of your vitamins, if you have a nutrition deficiency, it can affect your performance at work. It can kind of be dangerous too. Come on now. Let's talk about it. Oh, let's not talk about number 11. If you have any type of respiratory problems, whether that be asthma, COPD, sleep apnea, any of those things, put 11 in the chat. If that would affect your ability to work at a job. You can't walk for long spells at a job or anywhere. Put 11. You may have asthma. Let us know. 11. Okay. May have COPD. Any type of stuff that affects your breathing. How you going to work with that? Come on now. We're talking about it. Charles, see, whoever watching this information will help you fight to protect your benefits. Nobody's breaking it down like this. Now, Vin Olive says, yes, respiratory issues. So does Charleston, respiratory issues. So does Betty Bob's, VA diagnosed respiratory issues. Come on, fam. We're doing this. Now, number 12. This is going to be kind of hard because this kind of upsets people. Because if you got food, you can't smell food, that can bother you. Listen, everybody say hi to Farm Girl Rebel. She out there with the animals. She say good evening, H-Town, Jay, Betty, Benny, Mike, Charleston, and Van Olive. Yes, indeed. Everybody's showing love. Now, how many of them y'all have any issues with your senses that you believe are service connected that would prevent you from working? Because that, Lieutenant Colonel Gabe wants you going back to work. Would your sense of touch affect you? Put 12 in the chat if your sense of touch your sense of touch is not what it should be. You have issues with your taste. You can't taste certain things. You have a problem with your smell. Your vision is bad, or you have problems hearing things. Now, put 12 in the chat if you suffer from any of these. Jay Oliver says nutrition issues, getting vitamins prescribed. Nutrition gives Ensure and then Glucera, and get diet plan. Do you think if you was working a full-time job, you'd have issues keeping your diet right. Who in here think that? Give me a comment on that. Do you think? Yeah, let me know which one. Like 12, which one, if you don't mind saying? She say touch, okay? And we're gonna go into it. Y'all tell me in a minute. J. Olive has problem with his senses. Farm Girl Rebel problem with her sense of touch. Man, Betty Bob, you diagnosed with a lot of stuff. You should be at 100%. 12, VA diagnosed vision. Oh man, everything you get to do with your vision is covered, sister, because you're service connected. You don't have to be 100% to get a vision treatment, or 50. Now, if you're service connected for dental at 0%, all your dental is covered. Necessary dental. You don't have to be fit. So any problems with your eyesight, family, put eyesight in the chat if you have problems with your eyesight. If you have problems with your sense of touch, put it in the chat. If you have a problem with your sense of smell, your sense of taste, put it in the chat. So we have MG Smith says 12 sound service connected. J. Oliver say eyesight. Okay. Whether it's service connected or not, you can put it in there, I guess, and it'll affect your ability to work. Your sense of sound. Can you hear sound and noises? Come on, fam. And your other triggers, such emotional triggers, if you're at work and somebody touch you and you've been assaulted before, that can affect you. Smells such as burning things. You're working at a job where they burn stuff, it could take you back to your military service. Cognitive issues. If televisions are on at your job, that can affect you. The smells is the worst one. Yes, smell. Now, do any of you have skin issues? Number 13, such as scarring, chemical problems from chemical exposure that affects your skin, scarring, rashes, psoriasis. Put 13 in the chat. J. Oliver says eyesight. J. Oliver says dry eyes, 20% for drop prescription for both eyes. Do they pay you separately for, if you had one eye, would they pay you a certain amount? But you have two eyes, they pay you another amount, or they just pay you the same whether you have one eye or two? So now this is an interesting one. And I think they try to criticize this, the fungus, but that's a serious issue. Giallo say 13 fungus on the feet. Okay. Farm Girl Rebel says scarring at 0%. Listen, family, all of these things are going to be used in your rebuttal if they ever try to affect or mess with your benefits. This is why we're talking about these things. We have to keep in mind what we're going on over all the areas of disabilities. And many of y'all, that's why we got to stay sharp, family. And you can tell other people this. Van Oliver say eyesight and vision. Okay. J. Oliver say got to be both eyes for dry eyes. Okay. We're going to have to one day do something over dry eyes. Okay. Van Oliver say sound. Interesting. Did not know that, sister. I mean, Van Oliver. Let's continue. So such as it could be acne that's caused by your military service, some type of skin reaction. It could be skin cancer. Now that's a serious one too. Have you ever known anybody that got skin cancer in the military? And this I don't know what this is. This is something, I don't know what kind of rash it is. DER dermatitis. I used to say it, but now I can't say it. And psoriasis, of course. I had the dry skin, but it didn't get that bad. But it got kind of bad. Then infectious diseases, number 14. You don't have to tell us if you have an infectious disease. But yes, all the chemicals they put me in, I don't know. Now, here we go. What are the work limits for each VA disability rating? We covered 0 to 90% that you can pretty much work. We covered temporary 100%, individual unemployability, which is IU. We covered TDIU, and we covered the work limits for 100% permanent total, which you really ain't restricted on there. So 13, okay, Venalo said, and it's a eczema VA diagnosed. I try to get them diagnosed me for that stuff, the dry skin. It's behind my ears. I use a different type of grease. I got at the VA about $3, and the dry skin don't really happen on my scalp as much no more, as long as I keep it greased. Nothing else worked, and that thing was cheap. I forget that it wasn't cost about $2 or $3. Fixed the problem. None of the chemicals they gave me worked. My question to you, what are the work limits for each VA disability rating? Did H-Town answer the question? Let us know. Did we tell you about the work limits tonight? Let us know. Yes or no, did we answer the question? Let us know, fam. There we go. What are the work limits for each VA disability rating? So when people talk about what you can and cannot do at a job, did we answer the question? Was this important that we covered this tonight, family? Yeah. Do y'all think this is important that we know what we can do or not do, where they can't touch our benefits? Go back and watch if you didn't get to watch everything. MG Smith say we answered the question. Coasty say we answered the question. Charleston say we answered the question. Betty Bob says, yes, you answered the information with complete information. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear there, because I want to make sure I covered I told y'all that I was going to cover every percentage rate, and then that's what I did. I left nothing out. I ain't tooting my own horn, but I'm just passionate about it. Java say yes, because remember the question was, what are the work limits for each VA disability rating? And we answered the question tonight, fam. Nobody else ever done that, I don't think. H-Town did it because I said that's something I want to know. I'll be back and listen, but you always do cover the issue. Okay, I'll go back and listen. Yes, indeed. We try to, family, and it's important. When you do that, you just come back and put something in the chat. He'd answer the question. Do that later on the YouTube channel, because sometimes they come up over here. Family, I really enjoy y'all, and I appreciate y'all so much. Let me see. Take the banner down, since y'all say we answered the question. Now, the whole thing is that we stay on code and keep building each other up. We're not just here for views. Family, I got to be honest with you. We remember, we just made 2,000 views, right? Well, family, let's see what we at now. We at 2,200 views now. We just made 2,000, so we only need 800 views. We at 2,200 subscribers. We just made 2,000. Now we're at 2,200. Huh? Come on, fam. Are we doing it? We doing it by staying on code. Let's see what y'all got. Then Betty Bob say VSOs don't know the information, and many are lazy and don't care. And yeah, that's why a lot of people have to figure it out. And do the VSOs talk to you about any of this information? Betty Bob say 19 likes and 15 watching. That's loyalty, family. People that had to go, they at least like the video. This is really wonderful, family. That's real encouraging. This is what motivates me to do more. And we got to build the bridge we need to help everybody get across that deserve the benefits. In H-Town, we not letting everything fall on my watch. We gonna make here at the H-Town Vet, we gonna keep it going. Family, if this information has been informative, please smash that like button. Share this live stream with others. I'd appreciate it if you share with people that you feel that would need the information. It would help. And subscribe. We want to win your subscription one veteran at a time. Thank you so much. This has been a true blessing here. Now, we're not going to go over VA law tonight, but we will go over VA news tonight, huh? Fam? We're going to go over VA news tonight. Y'all ready for this here? We're going to go over VA news. Let me see what we got going on. Oh, there you go. Treat illness, don't compensate. When he believed this is Lieutenant Colonel Gay, the gift that keeps on giving, and after he said, take away the benefits, he smiled. Do you think there's proof that he is a disabled veteran? Huh? How we know? We won't know, right? Does H-Town have proof that he's a disabled veteran? Because why would he be telling us to get rid of our benefits if he getting his VA disability compensation? He wouldn't do that. He said go back to work and drop the VA disability. Yes, he said so with his own mouth. Come on now. Yes, indeed. Now, I do respect anybody that sacrificed for our country, but just because you sacrifice for our country, that don't mean you get to betray veterans or say we don't deserve what you're getting. We don't trivialize disabilities based on whether you're in combat or not, or how severe the injury, or whether it's a physical injury or a psychological injury. Whether you male or female, we don't make distinctions like that here. And no veteran should. Because he's contradicting himself if he's saying we shouldn't get VA disability, but he's going to continue to get it. But he feels like he should get it. He should denounce his disability, right? His VA compensation. Why hasn't he? But he wants to denounce ours. See, H-Town here, we not just bringing you receipts. We're going to bring you invoices. We're not just going to tell you what you paid. We're going to tell you what you owe, Lieutenant Colonel Gage. Uh-oh. Now I want you to look at this. We went over this, but I put it down and now look here. It's his company Infuse when he became the CEO. They say Infuse will soon be. First, look what he said. This is out his own mouth on the video that we watched with Civ Dib and Veteran Infotap. I don't know if I can organize my life around the disability identity. Well, he may not be able to organize his life around the disability identity, but he sure organized his business around it. Am I lying? He may not be able to organize his life, but he sure organized his business around his disability identity. So much so he was certified as a service disabled veteran-owned small business, so he can get them big grants and set-asides. I thought we shouldn't be living off the federal government. He eating off the federal government 3 times. Through his VA disability, I'm not trying to pocket watch. Through his military retirement, they let him work another 7 years or so till he got that, with respect. They do it sometime. And with his federal contracts that he has. Huh? Come on now, fam. Now listen to what you say. Charleston say, Okay, question. Since he owns a veteran company and wants veterans to work, how many veterans, disabled veterans, work at his company besides himself? I would love to know that. That would have been an excellent question. Did they ask him that, Farm Girl, on the live stream? They probably had so many questions. Now listen, well, I don't think most of us identify solely as disabled veterans, and it shows a lot that he thinks we do. That yes, indeed. Now let's see. Charleston, he said he has quit a few. He has quite a few, and some at 100%. So, but he don't want us to have benefits. Man, this is crazy. This dude is this man mind, he off the chain. But he centered, don't center yourself. I don't center myself around my disability. The lie detector determined that was a lie. My opinion. Yes, indeed. He got a service disabled veteran owned certified business. You got to get certified. The SBA Vet Cert, certified service disabled veteran. What's the O stand for? Own disabled veteran owned small business. Come on now. Do you have to be a disabled veteran to get it? To have one of these with the SBA, you have to be a disabled veteran and own at least 51% of the business. It could be more than one disabled veteran, and y'all ownership of the business is at least 51%. Okay. Now listen. He said he doesn't identify any longer as a vet or disabled. Wow. Which is fine, but he acts like he is the spokesperson for both. Let me ask you a question. If he don't identify as a veteran, why he getting this loan? He identifying for this company as a disabled veteran, huh? That's two lives for the price of one. Now, MG Smith say this stain he put on himself will never wash off. He will be remembered for this. Did H-Town break it down? Somebody say, MG Smith, Mike, you got it right. Come on now. The H-Town didn't let him make it, did he? And they that Sib Dib got at him too. Now, and you have to be active in the operations of your business. Let me ask you this here. You say he don't identify as a veteran or disabled veteran, did he give back his VA compensation? Did he give back this small business veteran loan, disabled veteran loan? Come on now. Did he, all of because the only way you can be to get this loan as a disabled service connected veteran is that you have to meet the checklist: medically diagnosed illness, service connection, and severity level. So he's a disabled veteran. That's the only way you get the loan. Then Olive say, yes. He ain't getting that money up, is it? But he wants us to give ours up. Man, if you don't go sit down. Now, if he's a small business, that's a big business he was behind. Well, I saw the business look pretty big to me. But he coming up as a small business. He got exclusive. When you get, because he's a disabled veteran-owned business, he get exclusive government contracts and set-asides. So he can say whatever he want out of his mouth. Now, I like this. This is a minority business. Gets government contracts based on that, needs to participate at 51%. They hiding it. They taking this guy, and it's like a minority thing. Yes, they do it the same way. And I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that. Check that out. But he don't take handouts. Y'all gonna get mad when y'all hear what he said. Y'all gonna get bad. Some of y'all probably remember. Y'all gonna get bad. Man, I listen. I can't but listen but so much at a time. That's why I give y'all clips. This dude is too much for me. Now listen. Farm girl say wife, mother, grandma, Christian, retired, disabled veteran, horse rider. Listen to what she is. She's a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a Christian. She's retired, disabled veteran, horse rider, goat owner, small farm dweller. Everyone has identities, but he acts ashamed of his veteran identity. Oh, hold on, Charleston. Are you saying that he is a DEI hire because he have government set-asides? Isn't that what that is? He gets, and I want to ask you a question. Don't get mad when I ask you. When the government shut down, didn't they break the contract with the VA workers? When the government shut down, didn't they break the contract with other people that work for the federal government? I wonder, did they break their contract they had with him and his small business? I'm asking for a friend. I caused them, yes. Now, yes, you did. Charleston, yes, Charleston. Charleston nailed it, didn't he? Hold on. I thought he told us that we shouldn't be getting what we getting because we should be ashamed. He say it's, I don't want to say it. I want to show you on the slide. I'm getting too fired up, family. If he had a channel, how long could you listen to his channel? Could you subscribe to his channel? Y'all probably do it just to chat with him, wouldn't you? He getting government set-aside contracts. Set-asides for being a disabled veteran. But tell us if we go for our percentage, we are scammers, we're hustling. Did he hustle when he got his? Lieutenant Colonel Gade, and he got a business with federal gun contracts and set-asides. Come on now. 0% have no time for a liar. I hear you, MG Smith. But Mike, yes, indeed. Now, look what you said. Now you got no time for a liar. Let me ask you a question here. I had this slide already here. Look here. Have no time for a liar. What about people fake, act like they like you, but as soon as they hug you, they disgusted with you? Huh? No time for fake people. Who have no time for fake people? Put one in the chat. Fake. Let me put it like this here. Do you think, you don't have to think it, is Lieutenant Colonel Gade fake? He say he's not a veteran. He say we shouldn't get disability, but he get it. What do you think? How would you describe him? A hustler? Do the hustle. Good song. Pork barrel. Woo. Do as I say, not as I do. Ain't nothing but hypocrites. And we ain't gonna let them pull this small time stuff over on me. Come on now. That's sad, ain't it? Man. Fake, conniving backstabber, 100% two-faced liar and hypocrite. Lieutenant Colonel Gade retired. This is their humble opinion. And in my humble opinion, I think you're a liar, sir, based on the information, lest you prove otherwise. Calling our disabilities junk disabilities. Are your disabilities junk disabilities? And you slipped up and said that because you never hear nobody in here call any of our disabilities, junk disabilities. We are sensitive. Even the trolls wouldn't do that. Now think about what I just said. Even the people I ban would not call them junk disabilities. They may think we don't deserve it, but they ain't got enough nerve to say something like that. And can't somebody like that can't come around me, man. He kind of soft to me anyway. See, you man, I grew up where you had to scrap. People like him, you can't do all that talking, man. They wouldn't even hit him with they just slap him. Hypothetically speaking. Man, you acting like too soft, dude. Ooh. This is another form of them bullying us, like they did in the military. To keep us from going to sick call Sally, sick call Ranger, sick bay commando. So they doing the same thing, trying to shame us outside, fam, outside of the military as veterans. Now here we go, family. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get to it. Any comments y'all have about this situation? I gotta pull it up. I didn't pull it up. So just bear with me a minute. What do y'all have to say, family? Let me know what y'all think of it. Cause I gotta find out where I got my phone. Man, I don't know what I got going on here. No, I can find it here, so let us know. Family, what y'all think about what we covered tonight? Am I being fair and balanced? I want to know that. So we're going to go over another little portion of the video, fair use. Fair use, family, fair use. This information is for informative purposes and educational purposes only. So we want to make sure that we allow people, that's why we break it up into segments. We do not play the whole thing. Out of respect, we don't, we're not trying to just restream that thing. You notice me, I break up bits and pieces. Now listen, yes, an officer is an officer in or out of the service, learn the system well. Ooh, you think now who think he was this type of backstabbing person in the military? Do you think he had these traits while he served? If you do, put a Y in the chat. If you don't, put a no in the chat. Just our opinion here. That's all. Come on, fam. Benny say think he was like that. Benny say he think he was like that. So did Benny say yes, and yeah. He put the full yes to make sure you got it. Oh boy, family. We not playing with this thing. Oh, why did I miss that? Family, y'all think, have you ever met an officer like him? Family, y'all gonna get mad now. Don't get mad at me. I'm just reporting the news. Not only is he getting government set asides and contracts, they say he wins now. Say no. Say, okay, no. Military Mike say yes, yes. So, okay. MG Smith. Say he is a wealthy man. He has no need for VA disability due to his wealth and feels entitled to tell us the rules need to be changed, but not for him, for not for me. Farm Girl Rubber say yes. And Betty Bob say no. Some see a lot of people don't think he was acting like that because when you're in the military, people come at you. Now, let me try to share this. All right, we're going to share the screen. Let's see how much that contract was, family. You know, we a poor man, right? My Master Chief warned me about officers like Gabe. Thanks, Chief. Yes, indeed. He didn't make that much money. He has a small business. So his contract wasn't that much, family. Y'all overhyping, and maybe we just hating and pocket watching. What you think? Let's see. Family, hold on. Wait a minute. Does this say Infuse, his company, wins 30 million, 30.9, so 31 million Pocket J CLS contract? I'm sorry. Maybe it's not with the government. Oh, what they talking about? DOD sites across the nation. Hold on. Wait a minute. Isn't DOD the Department of Defense? Huh? In the DOD Department of Defense, fam? Somebody tell me what's going on here. Look what they say. We are honored to have served as the primary contractor on the Pocket J effort since 2016. Then when he came in, they made it a small, is that a small business? H-Town Small Change Company? I'm confused. I thought that was a small business loan he got. A disabled small business. Is $30 million a small business if they're across the country? DOD sites across the country? How can he get a small business loan? Is he a small business, family, by definition? How did that get approved? He may be. I may not know what the definition of a small business is because, you know, I'm a po' boy from Fifth Ward. You understand? Now, listen. Major Deering, I always thought if bullets went a flying, that guy was on the short list for friendly fire accident. Yes, hypothetically speaking. H-Town Small Change Company? That's what I was wondering. I ain't trying to pocket watch, but that's a bag, ain't it? Plus the subsidies that he get, huh? The tax breaks and all kind of subsidies for the business because he's a disabled veteran. But we shouldn't get our disabled veteran benefits. We need to go back to work. Can you imagine what you have to do if you work for him? Do you think you have to suck up to him and kiss his butt and think like he thinks? He wants our little dab so his government contract can be more. This look them, he's just excited about these little planes flying. Look at him. Look at it. This is their site bragging about it. Don't see no hypocrisy. Great news. Congratulations. No, man, maybe I'm missing something. And this person gonna go to Congress and speak on my benefits? He got time to take off from his business to come hate on me and my family, my veteran family. I think anyone under a certain employees is small. Doesn't matter the money it rakes in. Okay, I think so. Yeah, H-Town might have to give up. I might have to. You think if I go up there kissing up, he might let me in? I say I take back everything. I come back on the channel, on my channel like Jimmy Swaggart. I have sinned against my brother. He paying me big bag. Oh boy, I'd rather have my integrity than be a sellout, a suck up. Not saying he is, but that's what he come across as. Definition of a small business is 10,000 employees. Wow. 10,000 employees. Wow. Man, kiss up. Yeah, kiss, 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 kiss. My Lord. Family. I didn't mean to bother you with that. Did that bother y'all right there? Fam, I told y'all I was going to get to the receipts. Everybody, congratulations. And come on, disabled veteran-owned business. My Lord, it must be nice. Family, what's going on here? What are we missing? Are we in the twilight zone? Somebody tell me if we're in the twilight zone. All right, let's see if I can get it right here. All right, fam. I'm going to see, can we get them up here? Let's see. I need to see what the first thing I need to go to. We're going to watch a part of that clip from Sib Dib and the crew, getting these commercials out the way. Thank God for them, fair use. This is for educational and informative purposes only. So we're going to start off at 40 minutes. I think we're going to start off at 40 minutes. So I just skip around on it. Why this thing acting up right here? All right, 40 minutes. And let's try. All right, let me see. I can't tolerate but so much of this guy. When I started, tell me if you can hear the sound. Let's see. I meant out from under a rock. Okay, you say anyone under any other administration, these people would come out of the closet. Me from under the rock, he crazy. I hear you. I hear you. Clean that up. Now, let's pull this up for fair use and go over there and watch the full video in its entirety with either Sib Dib or Veteran Infotap, our brother. I like how he held it. He pushed back hard. Both of them had some good comebacks, though. I got to get it. All right, let's see if I got it at the right clip. Fair use. Let me know if you can hear it.
And I can guarantee you that you yourself have more than that. I lost my leg. That's the only thing I'm rated for. That's all I want to get rated for is just the leg loss. You know, you have other things going on with you due to that, obviously, and you're rated for those things too, I'm sure. So
I love that he called him out. See, he went straight forward. Y'all said he went in it. Respect, brother. Infotap. Thank you, brother. I love him. I'm just telling you, he just takes a long time to get to the information. I love his setup. I love what he does, but he just kind of, I don't know if it's nervousness or I just want him to get to it. That's his name, Jason. Okay. Jason not holding anything back. Good for him. Okay. I don't know their names. I'm not good with names unless I talk to people on a constant basis. So please forgive me. That's one part of my condition. So I just remember Sib Dib and Infotap. So sorry if we...
You know, it's just yeah, I agree. I agree with Clay on you need to be careful with saying it's everybody.
No, that's great. And can I just want to address that really quick. So when
he say that's great, do you feel like he can take any correction?
when I went into the VA to file for disability, to me, every claim that somebody puts in is a moral statement. right? What the law says is what is legal. What I'm arguing for isn't. I'm not even talking about the law. I'm talking about asking veterans to take a look at what is moral, not what is legal.
Who is this idiot? Did you hear what this idiot said? I'm sorry, I ain't got no. Are you a fool? He wants us to look at what's moral. Oh, God. Somebody help me, Lord Jesus. He said he wants us to look at what's moral. What's moral is paying us our reparations, but y'all say we don't deserve them because we wasn't alive when the slaves were here. Well, y'all wouldn't pay us, but they paid Confederate soldiers, slave owners reparations. They paid Confederate soldiers reparations. They paid one of the daughters of the Confederacy until 2012, until she died. Did you know that she was getting VA disability? Did you know that? Go look it up. I got the statement from the VA. They was paying a child of a Confederate soldier, a traitor to the country. They gave the Japanese reparations in 1988. That was 40, 50 years after, but we can't get ours, but you're going to tell me what's moral. You get to choose what's moral. That's, I might not say so. That's, I'm an elitist. I'm up there in the White House and I say so. No. That's my opinion, family. What's up? No, heck no. What's moral? So he doing a Jedi mind trick. So he gets to define what's moral. I'm sorry, family, but this guy's an idiot in my opinion. How did he ever lead troops anywhere? He goes on and on about morals and how they are superior to everyone else. Well, guess what? H-Town's going to catch on to that. Watch what I do. I'll play the moral game with him tonight. H-Town is about to talk about that. We not but 2 hours and 12 minutes in. Didn't we go over the information tonight? And did I bring up morality? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm a person that believes in respecting people. I was raised with some morals. You understand what I'm saying? Probably, calling people idiots. Hey, but when it comes to my paper, that's my paper. When you do something, you should be compensated for it. There ain't nothing moral. I don't consider some of the things that happened when I was over in Desert Storm as moral. I wouldn't be messed up like I am. Let me tell y'all something. Listen here. If I and I ain't trying to get upset, but if I was so moral, wouldn't I get sleep every night? If I was doing such moral things over there, I did what I had to do for my country, and I did what I had to do. But am I proud of it? Not necessarily, not everything. But I did what I had to do, and I followed the rules of engagement. Does that still make me sleep better at night? No. Lord Jesus. Listen to what M.G. Smith says. His morals are hypocritical. I don't believe him. Yeah, he has kind of back and forth. That's a good question, H-Town. The nerve of these people. Yeah. What question was that? Did I ask the question? Let me know. You make me feel good now. 20 likes and 14 watchers. Family, y'all got 20 likes up in here. Family, this is wonderful. Now we're gonna eat this. We're gonna slow roast this dude. Get back up here. Make sure I got it on the screen.
Because there's a lot of things that are legal that aren't moral, right? I think I'm going to out myself as a pro-lifer. I think abortion is horrible. I think it's.
You gonna compare us getting our VA compensation to abortion? Really? And y'all ain't heard it all. Listen to what he says. What else he compares us getting our federal disability that he gets also. Oh, the question about gay leadership. Yeah, I wouldn't follow him. I'd snatch him up out of tank. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. When you over in a war zone, ain't no racism now because everybody packing. When you over in a war zone, all the guys that talk stupid, the little weirdo guys and talk trash like to fight, it's all equal now. Ain't nobody around but us. So you do something dumb, I'm going to check you. The only way you're going to get me if you catch me slipping, pop me in the back of the head. Ain't nobody doing no talking in no war zone. All that goofy stuff is over with because I got mine and you got yours. You understand? So you talking dumb, you might get slapped. I'm not saying that ever happened. I'm just telling you. And what you going to do about it? You little old weak wuss. That's all you are. You understand? You man, come on out here talking dumb like that. He didn't talk dumb like that. He was around them brothers on that thing and them other some of them country boys out there, some of the white country boys. He wasn't talking like that. They'd have snatched him up out of that train. He played the game. But all along had this mindset. Man, them big old country boys, they will snatch him up out of that tank. I'm telling you. He said, what you say? Question about gay leadership. He said, yes. Let me see what I missed up here. He said, we all did our duty above and beyond no matter what the mental cost. And my thing is, I had so much stress back on the base. How can he refute just the military service? How can he pick and choose? Lifer Gage said, Lifer equal 20 to 30 years. He say he did 25. He say he did 25. But remember, he went to work at West Point. Is that actually active duty military service? Some of that sound iffy. Here we go, family. That's why we only watching clips of it. We need to hear this stuff. Because he ain't the only one that thinks like this. Fair use for educational purposes.
I think it's a great evil. It's also legal in all 50 states and on and on and on, right? So the law doesn't tell us what's moral. We have to determine for ourselves what we are morally willing to do. So here's what my contention was. My contention was, I call it the 10 citizen test. And I would ask your private chat or your chat people here to think about this too. Is the 10 citizen test is this. If you walk up to 10 random citizens, you go to the mall, you go to the gas station, you go to the grocery store, you walk up to 10 people and you say, hey, it's Veterans Day today. I'm a disabled veteran. 100% of them, all 10 are going to say, thank you for your service. Now, how many of them mean it is a totally different.
Excuse me, family. We don't walk up to people and say, I'm a disabled veteran. Some people might tell us just to go to hell. He is socially awkward.
Thing, but all 10 of them are going to say, thank you for your service. And then you say, I'm a disabled veteran, and here are my conditions. And you list your conditions 1 to N, however many, whatever N is. And if you can do that without embarrassment, or you can do that without the civilian who never served saying, well, wait a second, I have that same thing. Why do I not get paid for it? If you can do it without embarrassment and without that person saying, well, wait a second, I have that too, then
I've never heard a civilian say, I got that same thing, so I should get paid for it. I've never heard that. Not about no disabilities, especially in your military service. I've heard them say, man, they don't pay me for nothing like that. But wow, I wish I would have went in the military. Now listen, my brother, I did 8 years total, 4.5 active, and was messed up. Do you walk up to people and say, I'm a veteran. On Veteran Day, did you walk up doing that? We don't do that. That is a crazy analog. It gets worse. But wait, it gets worse.
Then probably you're legit from a moral perspective. But if you're filing for stuff, like if you're filing for low back pain and you're 50, I'm 50, I turned 50 in February. If you're filing for low back pain and you just turned 50, maybe it's because all 50-year-olds have backs that are not like they were when they were 20, right? Like, is that my fellow citizens? But listen, is it my fellow citizens' responsibility? Because I don't view VA disability payments as any different, really. If it's filed for, hang on, let me land the plane really quick.
Yeah. All right.
If it's filed for something that's nonsense or that's common to the human condition, I'll say, then it's no different than going into your neighbor's house when she's away and written through her purse and taking money out.
Did you hear this idiot? He say if we get disability and people average get back pains, it's no different than going to your neighbor's house and taking money out. We stealing from the government. Family, I've been delivered. I'm a believer now. Charleston, I am a thief. Charleston, oh Lord, I almost broke my iPad. Family, I'm upset. I'm a thief. I'm stealing VA disability because I got injured in the military. Charleston, do you consider yourself a thief because you get VA compensation? Do you equate yourself to somebody that robbed your neighbor, going break in the house and steal a purse? That's matter of fact, that's robbery, not just breaking and entering. Do you consider yourself a thief for getting VA disability, Brother Charleston? A criminal. Brother M.G. Smith, do you consider yourself a thief? A criminal, like somebody that breaks into somebody, breaking and entering in somebody's house? What about you, Betty Bob? Do you consider yourself a criminal for getting VA disability, or those that are pursuing VA disability? Are you a criminal? And the fact that he gets VA disability, is he a criminal? Come on, talk to me. Farm Girl Rebel, do you consider yourself a criminal for being service connected? Coasty, do you consider yourself a criminal for being service connected? Give your honest opinion. That you on the same level as somebody that breaks into the neighbor house and steal her purse. It depends on what she have peppermints in there or not, you know. Oh, we just a low common thief. Benny, do you consider yourself a criminal, Brother Benny? Jay Oliver, do you consider yourself a criminal? Come on, somebody, family. Am I insane? My Lord. I'm sorry, family. Let me read y'all chat. I'm crashing out over here. Oh, God. Jay Oliver went straight at it. He said, ain't no proof that his injury is comeback. Jay Oliver ain't playing with him. Now, let's see. Oh, Lord. Gabe is one crazy son of, you know what? I hear you, MG Smith. Now, a Farm Girl Rebel say, just think of what he says when he's hanging out with the DC elite. Yeah, he's worse than this. Huh? When he in there, they be saying all kind of, you know, they talking all kind of horrible stuff because you know they still use the N-word in Congress, right? Some of well, he's kind of Uncle Tom. He said, yeah, they called me that. Why use that word? Man, they ain't gonna be calling me. I don't care. I'm in the Congress, wherever. They'd be escorting me out the building because I put hands on them. Because they tell me, call me the N-word. I say, your mama like it. Huh? Now, what you gonna do about it? I don't mean to go hood. I'm sorry. I got too many injuries to do any kind of fussing and fighting anyway. Now, Farm Girl Rebel say, just think of, yeah, you already said, I read that. Yes, indeed, when he's with the elite. Listen what Coasty say. This guy has some screws up thinking. Yes, he does. Some screwed up thinking from Brother Coasty. Farm Girl say, he and they think we are peasant class and don't deserve nothing. We said something like that. Now, Farm Girl Rebel say, well, Gabe make me think criminal thoughts. Hey, hold on, Farm Girl. You ain't thinking about taking him to the tool shed, are you? Huh? You ain't gonna take him to the backside of the tool shed. You ain't gonna take him and put him in there with that horse you got in that stall. That horse that got spirit. Just before he can meet the horse, of course. Now, Charleston say, no, I was asking if I ever wanted to rob a bank by a doctor, psychiatrist evaluation. I guess that's what I said. Wow. H to the no. Now, listen, Betty Bob say, that was my question. You think you are equivalent to somebody that's still out their neighbor's house? How you gonna steal your neighbor? You gotta live in the same neighborhood. Now, Betty Bob says, VA is criminal not giving all who was hurt in service. And we went years without our benefits. And Veteran Info Tap bring that up, and he ain't got no answer to that. I am an honest man. Ain't nothing real. You ain't about stealing nothing. And he know people serve honorably, but he talks of us like we common criminals. Boy, that's one bad looking dude. His head look like, I don't know. That money ain't done nothing. He need to get a facelift. He looks bad. His skin all messed up. See, that money don't do you no good. Them bad genes got him. I've been telling y'all that he was messing with someone's spouse, and that's how he lost. He says why he lost his legs. Hypothetically speaking. Now listen, Farm Girl say, I went almost 30 years without VA assistance. Didn't even know I qualified. Went years without, a couple decades. LOL, Betty. Yes, indeed. He was over there. You say he was up in there. Yeah. Oh, boy. It was in service, but it was in somebody else's bedroom. What you saying? Does he even sound like somebody that lost a limb, an extremity? He doesn't even seem like he cares. He takes our time to have vitriol for us. He's a dodo.
Because all that money comes from somebody. And so
all that money comes from somebody. That VA benefit money you get, he irritated. Did you see him jerk? Now listen what he says.
In years before they even think about filing. In my record, look, right? Yeah. In my record, look,
to take a look at what is moral, not what is legal, because there's a lot of things that are legal that aren't moral, right? I think I'm going to out myself as a pro-lifer. I think abortion is horrible. I think it's a great evil. It's also legal in all 50 states and on and on and on, right? So the law doesn't tell us what's moral. We have to determine for ourselves what we are morally willing to do. So here's what my contention was. My contention was, I call it the 10 citizen test.
Oh, I can't hear this.
I would ask your private chat or your chat people here to think about this too. Probably you're legit from a moral perspective, but if you're filing for stuff, like if you're filing for low back pain and you're 50, I'm 50, I turned 50 in February. If you're filing for low back pain and you just turned 50, maybe it's because all 50-year-olds have backs that are not like they were when they were 20, right? Like,
you see how sassy he is? He's so sassy. He like one of them little girls I grew up. Talk to the hand. He is sassy.
Is that my fellow citizens? But listen, is it my fellow citizens' responsibility? Because I don't view VA disability payments as any different, really. If it's filed for, hang on. Let me land the plane really quick.
Listen to this.
If it's filed for something that's nonsense or that's common to the human condition, I'll say, then it's no different than going into your neighbor's house when she's away and written through her purse and taking money out. Because all that money comes from somebody. And so So there's a moral component here that's
So-
different from the legal one.
So the low back pain one, it was a horrible example. Somebody who files a claim, and this is the problem with moving from lieutenant colonel to high level. I'm overseeing a department. You were not running claims. You weren't there. So this is where the problem is. The majority, high number of veterans wait years and years and years and years before they even think about filing a claim.
Our sister says, Farm Girl Rebel say, I waited 30 years. So he's telling the truth. Thank you, brother, for standing up for us. Thank you, Veteran Info Tap. And Sib did get some good stuff in too. I ain't gonna lie. Now listen. Charleston say, Lieutenant Colonel Gay got some problems of readjustment post-service. I think he's always been socially awkward. I think he spent too much time with farm animals. I know the type. Yeah. I around a whole bunch of farm animals. He spent too much time with them. Now, Betty Bops, what self-respecting spouse would step out with that? Farm girl, could you, hey, but you'd have a lieutenant colonel. You'd be the wife of a retired lieutenant colonel, PhD. But as soon as he opened his mouth, he's going to embarrass you. I would love, if he was your husband, Farm Girl Rebel, could you bring him on and introduce him to us? Because we'd have to respect him because he's your spouse, because you good people and stuff. Could you bring him up and say, hey, H-Town family, this is my husband. He wants to speak. Oh, am I stoking the fire? Now listen what our brother says. Brother Charleston say, oh, so Gade is saying women are not moral. How about that, Betty Bops, Farm Girl? You stoking the fire. Don't do it. He very seldom say anything positive about women. He act like women are invisible as veterans. Does he talk about women as veterans at all in this Farm Girl Rebel? Now, other than mention the word violation, I don't think he mentioned women then. Now, MG Smith say, I went to the VA for 15 years and they diagnosed all my symptoms. I hear you. I got diagnosed at the VA. So was the VA making it up? Farm Girl Rebel. And then the outside CMP doctors confirmed it. Betty Bob say, true, Betty. Farm Girl say, true, Betty. Farm Girl Rebel said that. LOL, he would not be my spouse. My husband is from Iran. Huh? He might come there and say, hey, I'm taking her from you. I'm coming there to get you. You think your husband would allow that? Now, Gab is truly disgusting. Gabe is, let's call him Gabe. Yeah, let's give him the name Gabe.
Then it's only because 15 of their friends keep saying, look, your life would be a little bit easier. You could go get treatment from the VA. You'll get a little bit of extra money, can help you with things if you actually went and filed for that back condition that you've been complaining about for the last 30 years. Yeah, you know, I do have documentation in my record. Look, I didn't wait till I was 50. I'm 51 now. But when I was in the Marine Corps, mortars, 81 millimeter, you're humping everything around, right? Everybody knows, right? Tons of weight, you're carrying it, it's all stupid, whatever. You're just wrecking yourself, which is fine.
I'm ready to get
All
in the
right,
house.
bro. I don't know how he can contain himself. Fair use, family, fair use. Let me let these commercials go by here. Family, I don't know how InfoTap is doing an excellent job. I don't know how he contain himself. I just don't know how. Man, for him to be a Christian, he sure is judgmental, ain't he? I mean, do you see the love of Jesus in this guy? Do you see the love of Jesus in this guy? He says nothing but horrible things about veterans. but he sits and smiles and nods his head with them and act like he agrees with them because they have a big audience, but nothing but garbage comes out of his mouth. I feel Pharisees. That's right. The Pharisees. Yes, indeed. Now listen what Charlton say. A lot of judging by Gabe, judging not by Jesus. I see the Pharisees. You remember how Jesus handled them? He went and cleared the temple, didn't he? Come on now, let's talk about it. Oh, I got to turn this on. Hold on. Give me a chance. I got to put it back on. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Got to pass that commercial. Thank you for your patience.
Happened, but I tweaked my back so bad this one time that I had no choice but to go to medical. I got muscle relaxers and pain pills and everything else, and my back was never the same. I'm bracing my knees against the sink to brush my teeth.
He agreeing with him. You see how hypocritical he is? He nodding his head like he identified, but as soon as he opened his mouth, it's nothing but filth that come out. How you feel about people that nod like they agree with you, but as soon as they open their mouth, you know what Jesus used to say, by your mouth you confess me, but by your works you deny me. You remember that? Huh? That's what Jesus said, Gabe. Now, I'm glad they had him on so everyone could hear the puke coming out of his mouth. My question is, why would the Senate have such a garbage-filled person come up and represent veterans? When you said he don't even claim to be a veteran, Farm Girl Rebel. Now, it's okay, Pharisee. She said she can't spell. You all right. Gabe has a big mouth, and he would be paying my mortgage and alimony, and I'd get half of his VA pension and his retirement. That's straight up New York style. Man, let me tell you, the New York women, some beautiful women. They hard work, boy, but they don't play about that money. Huh? You better not be lying about your money, right? She gonna hey, you have Brownstone down in Harlem. Farm Girl Rubber say Pharisees. I can't spell. That's okay. I'll divorce. You know what I think? He wouldn't want to marry you or Farm Girl Rebel, because I think y'all be putting hands on him. Promise me if you was married to him, Betty, a Farm Girl, you wouldn't put hands on him. You wouldn't resort to violence, fam. Now, I agree with Mike. Glad they had him on, even if it is frustrating to watch. Amen, Betty. Boy, it's good to know what people think. We didn't know all this, did we? That the Congress felt this way, because he said worse to them. Remember how he smiled? He acting like he's sympathizing with them, but he spit on the rest of us. And as soon as he get behind their back, he probably talking dirt. He could just lie. What happened to an officer and a gentleman?
I can't stay asleep. I'm waking up. I get out of bed and I'm hunched over and I'm walking like a.
You see how this fool acting like he agreeing with him? Like, yes, I feel your pain.
Like a 90-year-old. And it stayed like that. And I filed for a claim when I got out of the Marine Corps in 97, was denied. Okay. I gave them all the proof and I was denied right away. Okay. So I give the middle finger to the VA and I go, you know what? Thank you. I'm never going to talk to you again. And I move on. 12 years later, I joined the Army National Guard. 3 years into the National Guard, I damaged my left eye. It's like a snow globe now. I've got recurrent eye. It's funky. Anyway, and I thought, damn, I got to file a VA claim now. I remember what happened last time. This sucks, but I'm not going to let my eye just be like this. This is horrible. So I dust off my back stuff. Now it's been 15 years. File my back stuff, finally get approved. Get a 10.
You see, he looking at their chat, what they saying about him. He acting like he being sensitive. Now, soon as the midterm comes, he'll crawl back under his rock. Huh? Come on now. Now let's say, better say H-Town, I got that from the Southern mama and aunties. You know what they do? They'll go in their kitchen and have that butcher knife out, run him down the street. You know what's up? Some hot fish grease about how to rid a man of his stupidity. Yes, indeed. Y'all don't know in the South, they get that stuff straight. Let a man not come home with that paycheck on Friday. She gonna handle it. Yeah, y'all say y'all domestic violence. Yeah, whatever. He better bring that check home. Tricking it out on them streets. You right about that, sister. I'm from Minnesota. We do passive aggressive very well. I would lay hands on him to get or get angry. I'd get even. So I wouldn't lay hands on him or get angry. I get even. Oh, them the most scared ones. Yeah, off-center gentleman is only Navy, H-Town. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know. All right. And I'm gonna forgive you for seeing my hero in the Navy and talking to him, and you got to hold a conversation, but I wasn't but a kid at the time, so I couldn't talk to him. So I'm not mad. I don't even think about it. I don't know why you brought it up again. That's my hero, man. That man's my hero. I love him, man. Deep diver like that. And you got to talk to him like it's casual conversation. Oh, man. I shouldn't hate Charleston. I love you, brother. Now, listen, Charles say, Paul said, if thy tongue offend thee, skip it. Snip it. Y'all something else. Let's see. Oh, we're going too far. Remember that Bobby guy that got charged for the rooster to a hen house. Okay. Wow.
10% for my lower back and 10% for each leg for the radiculopathy going down. So service connected, clearly, all my medical records from inside, and I've had constant back issues going on. This isn't an old man thing. This is something I've been dealing with. And the majority of people go to the grocery store. This is the problem. Go to the grocery store, get a handful of Motrin, because that's what we were taught, because our leadership wanted us to be, what does the leadership want? You want a fully deployable unit. You don't need people having problems on the roster. So guess what? Nobody needs to be going to medical. You keep everybody, you just force feed them some Motrin and call it a day.
Now, he ain't saying nothing to that. In the military, they tell you to suck it up and drive on. Am I right? Infotap telling the real.
Clay, what are your thoughts on the delayed filing?
He kind of agree with him on some stuff, but that's what y'all think of that, fam? We're gonna stop it there. I'm gonna look some more clip, and I get Sib Dib on some other clips, but he kind of said I agree with him and stuff. He said something about his mama being fat and all that. I didn't care for that. He tried to make it balanced. I understand. Jason is spot on. Much respect. Bravo to brother Jason. Hold on, brother, sister. Yeah, drink some water and take a knee. Second lieutenant wiping the floor with a lieutenant colonel. Come on now. Oh, he was a second lieutenant in the military? I didn't know that. Give me a second here, family. Let me clear my throat. H-Town gonna take you to church. I'm gonna have to go to that VA to find out what's going on with my throat because it keeps coming back. So, fam, because of Mr. Gabe here, we call him Mr. Gabe, H-Town done found religion. We're gonna do a little bootleg preaching tonight. He made me a believer, family. He quotes scripture. I don't know if I got to it because he got on my nerve. Hold on, is it at 50? Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's at 51. Let me get up there. That's where it was. I want you to see this. Then he started quoting the Bible. He's not even smart about that. Gabe is a Frankie Weenie final thought. Jerry Spring, look. Not it's 51. Okay, so let me go back to it. Fair use for educational purpose only. Then we're gonna finish up the video, close out our live stream.
Paraphrasing the book of Genesis.
I got it. Yeah.
And the second sin is the one that I find.
No, let's get something straight. He talking about sin. He don't know.
It's the government's fault that I'm sick. And what that does is it has a powerful psychological.
Oh, I gotta hear it.
Matter for a presumptive condition anyway. So if you're a Vietnam veteran who served boots on the ground, and let's say you're the youngest Vietnam veterans right now are like 72. And an IOM study, let me back up. The Institute of Medicine, which is like a federal government funded like research body, basically, a couple of years ago ran a study where they discovered that veterans and non-veterans, once you adjust for sex and race and age, have the same exact rates of hypertension. Veterans and non-veterans have the same rates of hypertension, and it's a presumptive in the PACT Act. So you have people coming to the VA.
The reason he say that is because black men tend to have high rates of hypertension, so he don't want us getting our disability because of the food we eat, because we grew up in poor backgrounds, we grew up with less, so that's why he's skewing the statistics.
Saying, oh, my hypertension is the result of my military service over there. It's the government's fault. Sorry, I'm pointing over there. It's the government's fault that I'm sick. And what that does is it has a powerful psychological effect. And I'll illustrate that by telling you a very brief story from
this guy. I hear you, Betty. The devil knew the Bible inside and out. Listen, I'm about to show you this guy don't know much about no Bible. I'm about to break it down. And you tell me if I'm lying. I need you to tell me if I'm lying. He don't know much about being in a veteran. He don't know much about the Bible. This guy is just a fraudster. Just my opinion.
The Bible. If you remember, the first sin in the Bible is when Eve takes the apple, right? And she bites the apple or whatever, and God shows up, and God's like, "Yo, what are you guys doing?"
So I'm about to break this down, and you tell me if I'm a liar. You may not be a believer in Christianity, but let me tell you something. I grew up in the Baptist church. I know the Bible inside and out because it beat into me. I'm in a backslidden state right now, but let's get something straight. Okay, number one, it wasn't no apple. It was a fruit. It doesn't specify what fruit it was. It was the fruit of the tree of knowledge. Okay? And Eve gave him the fruit, right? Yes, it was a fruit, not an apple. It was a fruit. They didn't specify what the fruit was. And I'm about to break down. The first sin was not that man and women broke God's law. That's not the first sin. And y'all going to get what I'm saying. The first sin was Satan tried to overthrow heaven. Envy was in the heart of Satan. God had heaven, and the devil wanted it. And matter of fact, it was so bad that 1/3 of all the angels were fallen angels out of heaven. This idiot don't know that. Well, a lot of people don't know it, but I get on him because he's an idiot. Not that man broke God's law. Satan was the first one. Lucifer in heaven, he was called. He was the first one that was that tried. He said, I will exalt myself above the Almighty. That's what he said. I think it's in Kings. I forget which one of those books. Listen. We know Satan had to be the first one. The devil was the first one to do sin because the second sin he did after he did that, he came down and tried to trick Eve. Come on now. Yeah. Now listen. Betty Bob's Charles said Betty Bob's glad Gabe never spent time on a Navy ship. Remember that child mixed with JP. Oh God. Now listen, let's see. Say, oh my gosh, I didn't see the Adam and Eve concept with the peanuts. I was wondering why peanuts were holding a cranberry. LOL. Yeah, I saw that. I swear I'm sober. Let me go back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's go back to that. Let's see, can I find it? Oh man, I missed it. There it is right there. Yeah, that, and they got the little fig leaves on them too. You know what I'm saying? Betty Bob say Charleston Gabe would have disappeared or the elevator wouldn't have gotten him. Let me ask you something. Y'all had elevators on those ships? I didn't know y'all had elevators. I didn't know that. Some ships had elevators. Now, so that's the deal. That's the deal, family. Satan was the first one to sin, and the sin was envy, not violating God's law. That was the first sin, happened in heaven, not in the garden. Now, anybody disagree with me, let me know. Oh, Lord, let's get to it. Oh, he about to put his foot in his mouth on this. Let me get it. He said the VA law, we should go by morality, not a VA law. Y'all heard him say that. Here we go. We're going to finish this up. We've been doing good time.
Paraphrasing the book of Genesis.
I got it. Yeah.
And the second sin is the one that I find very interesting because that's when Adam points to Eve and he says, the woman made me do it. And so the sin there is diverting responsibility from where it belongs, Adam, because he failed to lead his family properly, to Eve and saying it's Eve's fault. And so as veterans, one of the things that is very, very common is for people to look at their lives, and if their lives aren't going exactly how they wanted them to go, it's very easy to point and say, well, no, it's because I served in Ramadi 20 years ago. And it's like, well, do we really want systems that encourage people to not only view themselves as their sickest selves and be reluctant to improve because they'll lose their disability, because they're afraid they'll lose their disability compensation, even though that very rarely happens. But do we want people diverting their responsibility from themselves to somebody else? And in my view is that that's deeply destructive to the veteran when they do that, because now they're not going to work out because it's the government's fault. They're not going to diet because it's the government's fault. And I know that's a moral.
I don't never see y'all playing victim around here. He said y'all playing victim. Like they said about black people, we play victim. And that little slick thing he was saying about the woman, you need to hold yourself responsible. The man need to hold himself responsible. That's kind of a slide toward poor people and everything. And guess what? Sugarland and over here, the wealthy areas, the highest rates of domestic violence. They showed it back in the early 2000s, not the poor areas. Now, Betty says, elevator bringer, let's see. I gave up liquor, but Gabe, I might start. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yep, might. No, don't do that. Don't do that, brother. And say 22 watching 22 like 17 watching. And say, if we all watch this podcast and drink every time he mentioned morals, we all be too drunk to walk by the end. Yes, indeed, we be too drunk. But he taught morals, but everything he says is immoral. He come up with, he say more. You know, this here. And then he says garbage, that we don't have integrity. He didn't have respect for the soldiers that served under him. Do you see the garbage coming out of his mouth? What he thinks of us having more low moral character? That's what they think about people that's not in a social economic class.
Argument, and you guys are in the world of law and legal. My argument is that if there's going to be changes, we ought to let those changes be informed by the moral imperative of helping people have their best lives. Over.
But again,
so my question is, if that's the case, if they should be shaped by the moral, why is he in front of Congress, a law body, trying to influence them in changing the laws? If he was based on moral, was he trying to appeal with them through morality? When they gave him them contracts, was he thinking morally when he received those government contracts and set-asides? I'm asking for a friend. Gay need a tracker on him so we can catch him. Oh, boy.
Again, we're using generalities and blanket statements, right? So, you know, when you look at presumptive conditions, they go through a scientific and medical review as well. They're not just willy-nilly going, you know what? Yeah, that's it. The research that you quoted, where the rates are the same, did it take into account?
I wouldn't want to talk about his research because he's going to say it did. What he say is a lie, so I don't believe nothing he said. So we're going to stop it right there, fam. Because when you start trying to argue with him, you can't argue with somebody that's making false statements. When somebody, they just tapped out by the end. When they start lying, they trolling. He trolling in. Oh, man, I tried to click that. Give me a second, family. Oh, man. We want to finish this up, but I was trying to hurry up. He just tapped out when he started. You can't try to reason with a liar. You cannot reason with a liar. This man improved himself to be unstable in what he's saying. Excuse me, fam. Hold on. Now, family, H-Town took you to church tonight. I told you what the first sin was. He not even good at the Bible. First sin was Satan trying to overthrow God in heaven, being envious of God, wanting what he had. He brings up morality. Wouldn't it be a moral thing to help veterans become whole that have served their country? Would it be a moral thing to keep the promise that was made to veterans, not try to hustle them out the benefits that's on a contract, so they can't deny that when we sign our contract that if we get injured, that they're responsible? So which one y'all want to go by? Let me ask you, do you want to go by what Gage said? Lieutenant Colonel Gage, retired. Do you want to go by what he said, moral, or you want to go by the law? If you want to go by his moral position, put moral in the check. If you want to go by the VA law that promises our benefits, put law in the check. Let us know. Now listen, Farm Grill says, Betty, you just know he is up to no good, just like those big time television preachers. Yes, indeed. Getting their hands caught in the cookie jar. Remember that Tilson guy? He be speaking in tongues and stuff. They caught him throwing all them letters away. Tilson. They went to jail for that, and then he got out and tried to do it again. The one he looked like he wore makeup and stuff, like he had his hair all spruced up. Now, well, you know, when they on television, they all wear makeup, you know, but look like he had a suntan or something. Getting their hand caught in the cookie jar, using God and morality like a shield. Which one do you want to go by? Morality or the law when it comes to your VA compensation? Let us know. Either one is okay. You don't have to necessarily agree with him, but you might feel that morality is the right thing. Let's see. Y'all let us know. Are we going by like he said, the morality? Let's see. Workout became sciatic nerve and spinal stenosis, along with lumbar strain and knee injury. Gabe's morals given by Gabe. Amen. Amen. So which one y'all want to go by? Y'all want to go by his moral? Are you convinced? Did he win you over? J. Oliver say the law. M.G. Smith say the law. You mean like Reverend Baker? You remember Reverend Baker? And then I didn't like the fact that when he had gotten in that scandal, who's the first person to come after him and said they should put him under the jail? Jimmy Swaggart. And it wasn't a couple of weeks before they caught him with a prostitute. Then when he came and said, I have sinned, forgive me, they caught him with another prostitute in the car. Did you know that? They caught him more than once. His hand was in that cookie jar. But he could sing. Now, Reverend Swaggart could sing. He first cousins with Mickey Gilley and the guy that made the song Great Balls of Fire. So they from a gifted singing family that they learned from black people. The black blind man taught them how to play the piano and all that. Come on now. Talking about Jimmy Lewis or whatever his name was. Great Balls of Fire. They have it in the movie. Now, Farm Girl says, law, but I will go by my own morals, not Gabe. I wonder what y'all do if y'all were working on him. Betty say law. Exactly. Farm Girl say, exactly, Betty. And his tubular eyelash white. Oh boy, y'all something else. Now, family, I thank y'all for being patient. It took me a lot of time to get this information together, and I thank you for your patience. We're going to finish up here. Let me ask you this here. Can we even call him a Judas goat? Because he come out with his foot in his mouth. But did he betray the soldiers that worked under him? Do you consider him a Judas goat because he went up there trying to represent us? Is he trying to lead veterans, or what is he trying to do? Somebody tell me what his mission is. Is his mission to deceive us or to destroy us? What is he up to? What is his goal? Because all he's doing is making veterans mad. Everybody can see his lies. But like you say, I believe he's there to distract us. I got the God's law given to Rome and government, their due, and separate from God. You remember what Jesus said? Jesus said that you're supposed to give to Rome what is them. If you got to pay taxes, he believed in paying taxes. Now, Jesus believed in paying taxes. Give to Caesar what is Caesar. Huh? That's what he said. That's Charleston is the best way to put it. Yeah, even though Jesus was spiritual, he also said you got to follow the rules, the law. Now, this man don't want to follow the law. Jesus wasn't saying, oh, just follow my moral beliefs. I'm not paying taxes because, but he said, render to Caesar what is Caesar's. I'm the son of God. I ain't got to pay nothing. He didn't say that. He followed the rules. M.G. Smith say he's auditioning for a job in the cruelty administration of cutting the government to the bone. and you think he's the sacrificial lamb for us. Do you think he's ever going to come back and try to redeem himself with us? Now, let me try to get this right. I got to catch up with y'all sayings. Farm Girl says he is a puppet for a senator too. He's already said he doesn't identify as a vet, so he has marching orders. And he wouldn't say anything, but he got to march because they gave him them grants, right? One hand washes the other. And Brother Gabe is a two-bit hustler. Oh, man, in my opinion. Now, he is now a DC soldier. Oh, that's why he ain't a veteran no more. Betty say, H-Town, I said that the first time, he is a distraction and dug it up to something. Yeah, someone or something. Yeah, that's why I got it from you. I was repeating what you were saying. I should have said I got it from you. I'm sorry. That's what I remember you said that. That's where I learned it from. I learned from y'all. Charleston say Lieutenant Colonel is a snake. Let me ask you, what would he do if you say to him, you know what? I'll give my benefits up if you give yours up first. You think he'd get rid of his VA disability? Do you think he'd do that? Now let's something, okay. Dougie silence is actually quite deafening. That's interesting. He ain't got nothing to say and all he talked about was lip service of helping veterans. Where you at, Secretary of the VA, Doug Collins? Now, people coming in here, fam, they're listening to this. We are engaging in this here. Let's see how we doing on what you call that? Let's see how we doing on subscribers. Yeah, we still got 2,200 subscribers. Thank y'all. Now, Benny says he doesn't care about us. You feel that way? How can he be a veteran who served, he say, in combat, and veterans gave him blood to save his life? Marines and sailors gave him blood to save his life. And he turned around and reward them by saying they don't need their benefits if they qualify for them. Farm Girl Rebel say, yes, he would get rid of his VA disability because he is a multi-millionaire. So he's the fallout, the crash dummy. They brought him to crash out, and he won't take all of us down with him. Or you going down with it. J. Oliver say, Dougie, for the next prez, you think Dougie gonna go for president? And with Lieutenant Colonel Gade retired, he be in the administration? Vice president? War hero? Veteran slasher? Benefit slasher? Now, hello to the no, he will not give up his VA benefits. Okay. He wouldn't, as he would lose that 51% business contract. Family, let me go to that. Fam, y'all, fam, I gotta, since we looked at the video, how y'all feel about it? Look at this. This is what he said. He said, I don't know if I can organize my life around the disability identity. Huh? That's what he said. He couldn't organize his life, but he damn sure organized, excuse me for my language, he sure organized his business around it. He's certified as a service disabled veteran owned business, small business. Huh? Got a what? He hooked up with the DOD, Department of Defense, got a $31 million contract, but he don't center himself around his disability. but he used his benefit his disability to profit in other ways, you sure right. And he would lose all those set asides with the SBA, the Service Disabled Veteran Owned Certification. He'd lose that certification if he wasn't disabled no more. With the Small Business Administration, federal government, always some federal benefits. And if he wasn't 51% owner of the company as a disabled veteran, he'd lose that. All them set asides. You think he getting rid of that? He hockey to the no, he wouldn't give up his benefits. Yeah, it would have a really bad effect. Y'all may not have saw this earlier, but we said. And he has to run the business, so he's running it. And he's a disabled veteran because in order to get it, you have to be a disabled veteran to get the loan. Okay, fam? Now, family, I thank y'all for being so incredible. I hope the information was informative tonight and everything tied in. So, family, what we're going to do now, we're going to get ready to close here. You know what? Give me a second. All right, let's see what we got here. About our channel, family. For those that are new to the channel, we have a lot of new subscribers. Coasty said, there's the morality. Well, Coasty be hitting hard. Coasty. He said you just don't understand him. Everybody show love to Rose City D. Rose City D say, good evening, H-Town vet, and salute the chat. Man, I'm late to the party and empty-handed. I won't ask for a to-go plate. We gonna fix you one anyway. Everybody showing love to Rose City D. Y'all see what we got in here? We ain't got time for nothing but love for each other. Huh? If something ever happened to y'all, tell them your family contact us, let us know. Heck, we want to be there for you. We love you. I told my daughter to get up on here. I'm gonna have to show her how to keep getting on. She did it one time. So if something happened to me, y'all will know. Because if I'm not here, that means something happened. And I don't plan on going nowhere now. Everybody showing love. Charleston, MG Smith, Coasty, J. Oliver, Farm Girl. Look at the love. Man, Benny showing love. Charleston showing love. Family, what y'all making me feel good. I think we can overcome Lieutenant Colonel Gates' hostility toward veteran if he would come share with us. And would y'all show him love in the chat? What would be the one question you would ask him? Family, I really need to know. If you had, two questions, give me the best one if you want. What would be one or two questions that you would ask Lieutenant Colonel Gade? He might watch this because you know my name is I use this name in a few videos. And Rose City D showing love to everybody. Now let me know, what would be the question that you would ask him? Or what would be the statement that you would make to him? You can give me one question and one statement or one or the other. Let us know. What would you say after knowing how he thinks? Who exactly? Now, as far as who, let me know. I'm talking about Lieutenant Gade. What would you say if you had a chance to talk to him about what you've seen him say and do? What would be your question or statement to him? About our channel, family. Our channel is meant to be informative. Of course, you see we're unique because we're interactive here. We believe in being transparent. That's why ain't nobody came by us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we would not take funding on anything, but everything will be transparent and out and open. That's why I show you when I get donations, I show it to you. I get bigger, I might not be showing big amounts. I want to get raw, but I let y'all know people donated, you know. I'll let you know. I'll be careful. People come try to jack me. You understand what I'm saying? Respectful, protective here, and troll free. The trolls found out when we blocked them. Now, what would you say to him, family? If you had a chance to talk to this gentleman who's shown so much concern about us as veterans, not only did he speak crazy in my opinion, at the Senate hearing, also he said some stuff about morality. Maybe he just have mental problems, fam. Could it be that? Let me catch up here. Rose City D said, I would ask Lieutenant Dan, since he don't identify as a veteran, would he be willing to stop getting VA compensation? I don't think that's happening. What would y'all think? I think most of us said he say no. Now, Jay Oliver say that is true disability is your mind gate. Now, no. What is true? What is a true disability? I guess in your mind gate. Okay. In your mind. Okay. Now, yeah, what is a true disability? Because he called some of them trash disabilities. He said, from what I gather, combat disabilities, he said, I only claim stuff that was related to my combat. Well, no matter what he claimed, he probably got 100% anyway. He probably didn't have to claim other stuff. That's the way he's trying to separate himself from other veterans. Saying, if you're not a combat veteran, we don't know what he did over there. Whole bunch of people friendly fire, doing dumb stuff. Some people sticking their leg out the tank commanders, while they telling people to turn the turret. That'll cut your leg off too. Did you know that? If you come out the hole at the wrong time, you going to the wrong place. You can lose a body part inside the tank. Did you hear what I just said? Ask a tanker. I know. There's so many ways to lose extremities in a tank. You can sit right behind the main gun. If you don't move back, that thing pop back. That can bust you up. I don't know if it'll take and you put your hand in that breech, it chop your arm off there. When that thing go up, you gotta say up. You ever see that movie? What's that? Denzel Washington. I don't know how they knew, but I guess they trained. But the way they saying on Courage Under Fire in that tank scene, that's how it happened. They did a very good job. Gunner Sabo tank identified. On the way. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna have some flashbacks. I'm sorry. I was supposed to be talking that kind of stuff. And I don't want to have to go back through anger management. I'd ask Gabe, this is from Brother Charleston, what will you tell Jesus? Oh, woo, that's a powerful one now. Is that what you say to him? Now, Forum Girl say, who exactly invited you to the table? That's what she'd ask Mr. Gabe. Don't give a work around answer like you did last time. Oh, see, she cut right into it. She don't give him no wiggle room. And why do you feel you are the voice of reform? Why you feel you are the voice of reform if he doesn't identify as a vet or disabled vet? Yeah, if he don't identify as one, why would he feel he has the right to represent us? Real talk, Forum Girl Rebel. Real talk. Now, this is it. Coasty, are you the real? That's what I would ask. Yeah, you the real or you the fake? Now, MG Smith say, Gabe, what happened to you that made you hate veterans so much with your morality? Man, how can you be moral and hate veterans? Had you heard him he really don't have much nice to say about veterans. I can agree with veterans. All he talk about is what he can agree with, that their service is important and they should live a better life. Other than that, he don't have nothing. Everything out of his mouth comes garbage. Fam, y'all keeping the lights on over here, boy. We got 18 people in here. 17. Thank y'all, fam. Now, if you want to watch our live streams, we do it every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. unless we schedule another one, and sometime on Tuesdays. And we will have unscheduled live streams, so click on your notifications. MG Smith say, Gabe, what happened to you that made you hate veterans so much? And more. Okay, I read that one. I would ask Gabe, where is your original DD-214? Bam! Oh, there'd be a lot of useful information on that, wouldn't it? Now, 22 likes and 17 watching. Family, y'all have been so incredible. Y'all have been so incredible. Now, listen, boy, y'all being powerful here. I really appreciate you. Gay said he was qualified to apply for disability for TBI. He did say that. I heard that. But didn't take it because he felt he didn't have any problems. How do he know? He's not a doctor. I think he should rethink that. He obviously has issues. But some people that have issues don't want to accept it. So maybe we might get him being a hard thing. What if the TBI really messed his brain up? Because he was unconscious for a long time, from what they saying, that he was out and he woke up in the hospital. Huh? So should we go light on him? How to contact us? Let's see what we got here. So Gabe doesn't think flight deck sailors who launched bombers in the Gulf who got injured are combat veterans. He's dumb, because without y'all doing that, when I was in Desert Storm, we would lost more people. Y'all protected us. Y'all sailors saved our lives. They had to go through. Let me tell you why I got so much respect for sailors. My boy told me I didn't know he was on the Gulf. I grew up with him since I was 2 and he was 1 year old. Gregory Botella. I know his name Botella, but he's Mexican. He don't think he's Mexican. He think he's white. But we grew up in the hood together. You know, he have identity crisis. So he was out there in the Gulf, whatever that Gulf, right by, and they were shooting stuff, and they had to hop on ships, empty ships, because he left. You know what that man did? Saddam put mines in the water, and some of the ships, a couple of ships got holes in them, blew holes in the side of them. So everybody was serving your country. You understand? The Marines came in there. The Air Force was embedded with us. We couldn't have done it. The Army, we need y'all. I ain't gonna ever say I don't need y'all. We can't do nothing without y'all. Them dropping food and stuff. Sometimes I wish they'd have dropped it closer, not too close to the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna like to see the enemy eating your food. He needs a kick rock. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Okay, I need to finish what you said. Got it. Or not come. I read that. Okay, yes. Big rocks. Now, my uncle died in the Navy during Korean War. Ship hit a mine. See? I'm telling y'all. I didn't know my boy was out there, man. I didn't know that. I knew they were shooting, but I didn't know until after I got back, and they told me that they all them Saddam put so many mines in the water. It was dangerous. The coast, because they had to come close to the coast, and it was extremely dangerous. They had big mines, and man, y'all people don't understand. And some of the ships got holes in them. And then they had to hop on the smaller boats to go check the other boats that they left to make sure ain't nobody in there. What can you do with a pistol? Or that's what he said. They gave him a flashlight and a pistol to go clear the boats. You think that's like what they call them things in Vietnam? The guys that go down in the holes, they call is it some kind of rat? What they call them in Vietnam? I wasn't infantry. I forget what they call them, some kind of rat. I ain't saying they derogatory about no Vietnam, but they call them some kind of rats. They went down in there and checked to see what's down there. But respect to your uncle and all that have served. Dolly Miller, he fought gallantly in Pearl Harbor, the black soldier from Texas, but then he ended up dying on another ship. The Navy sacrifice. Y'all always see, ain't nobody tell y'all that. They over there dealing with stuff and having to fight. The Navy always getting into it with people because people be trying to come on their ships. Rat something. Yes, that's what it is. Tunnel rats. They go down there. They say they found whole hospitals down there with ambulances. Did you hear me? Underground. And sometimes they will walk in the person right in front of them. They used to take the short guys they could move better. That's it, Betty. Tunnel rats. Yes, indeed. Tunnel rats. You show right, Mike and Betty Bops. Rat something for them, girl say. Thanks to all that served in the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines. The Army ain't the only ones doing anything. Without y'all, there would be no us. I'm telling you firsthand that we couldn't go no farther because we needed their help. The only thing I don't like about the Navy, y'all shoot over our heads. How do you know if y'all accurate or not? Y'all way on the coast and you shooting about 100, 200 yards in front of me. How do y'all, I just don't get that. That's not comfortable. That's not cool, man. Can you make the round go around us, then go to the enemy, man? That's not cool, man. Y'all shouldn't be shooting over people's head. Ain't cool, man. But I thank you. Okay, logistics. Okay. Yes, indeed. They brought our tanks over. Let me tell you something. The Navy brought our tanks over. The tanks went there before us. The Navy was already in Saudi Arabia. They took our stuff over months ahead of time. Thank you for your sacrifice. We wouldn't have had any vehicles. We had to take Humvees to the tanks that y'all unloaded off the ship, did not damage our tanks, and looked like y'all had painted them something. I don't know what they got painted. Did we paint them? I forget. So if you want to contact us, htownvet.northside@gmail.com. You can send suggestions. You want to ask me a question about veteran benefits, you're welcome to. We have videos and live streams on our channel, our YouTube channel. The handle is H-Town Vet Northside. I'm going to be setting up. I got a Twitter account. I think I got some of this stuff. TikTok. I'm gonna get all this stuff working again. Alaskan Ice been sending me information, so thank God for her, letting y'all know she been kind of moving around, but she checked in. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank you for keeping me, abreast. Betty Bob, thank God for you too. And then that's you want to donate, we have our Cash App and PayPal. Now, say good night. Night all. I have to hit the hey, have a great week. Everybody say good night to them. We're going to say good night to each other. They say good night to Farm Girl. Say H-Town, we are in contact with the Army coordinates. Okay. So I didn't know that. I didn't know how y'all could do that. Y'all must have knew exactly where we was. But I guess y'all can't tell me. But let me just ask the question. The Air Force had people embedded with us, so they knew where we was. How would y'all know where we at? I didn't see no Navy down there. How did y'all know? The GPS, we were bad with GPS. We had so much friendly fire. Let me tell you something. So how would y'all be more accurate than us? We were right by each other. Sometimes the helicopters be shooting at us and shooting at infantry and how could y'all, we could see each other and not know who's who. How can y'all shoot from there? I just want to know. I don't know. I'm asking too much. Okay. GN, girlfriend, good night, Form Girl Rebel. Good night, H-Town, have a beautiful week. Y'all gonna answer me next time. I want answers. I want the truth. Family, thank y'all for being there. We had this one. That's where he called our disabilities, junk disabilities, gave the non-veteran. And people trying to put mud on our name, dirty up veteran. Tell us about the temperature where you at before y'all leave. Thank you, Navy, for y'all what y'all did. I'm telling you my personal testimony because I'm there and y'all nobody get to thank y'all, but thank y'all so much. If a veteran got in serious trouble, if an Army soldier, they put him on the ship to get y'all help save a couple of people about to get beheaded. Did you hear what I said? Thank you. I don't know how they ran afoul on it. And then perverse incentives or proper compensation. Then we have, he want to start us at 70%, canceled 0 to 6%, gay, keep on giving. Then here we go with perverse incentive from the Veteran of Foreign Wars representative, Ryan G. Gallardo, I can't say his name. And of course, reward illness. He sure got to reward them government contracts that gave. And we talked about those Judas goats. Go back and watch these videos. And we talk about the top states with veteran populations. After party. Let me know if y'all know about that Uber because I've been working on it. They've been giving me a hard time. One of y'all knew about it. I think y'all can tell me something. Any questions? Want to hear from you. Any questions? The weather. How's that weather where you at? And the temperature, and we're going to get rid of close out. H-Town, there was Navy, was there. Okay, so there was Navy. I just didn't know it because they wore uniforms like us. The Air Force had on uniforms like us, but they had Air Force on it, but they were riding in, what do you call these? Track vehicles that we were like PC vehicles. And they be in there, but the enemy couldn't tell that they were Air Force. So y'all had Navy in there dressed like us too, but they would wear their Navy paraphernalia, but I just didn't see the Navy people. Okay. Because I know y'all didn't trust us to tell y'all where to shoot at. Y'all didn't trust us? Why y'all don't trust the Army? I feel sensitive now. We would have told you the correct accord. Probably not, because we end up shooting each other sometimes, shooting at each other. 41 and windy in PA. Benny say, night everyone, awesome show tonight. Was it? Wow, thank you. Jay Oliver say, AWAC relays all location. The AWACS, those planes, okay. Now, is the AWACS Air Force or Navy? I'm confused. Which planes are Navy, which is Air Force? Or do y'all work together? Does the Air Force ever fly off y'all ships? That's an interesting question. LA 61 in Louisiana and cleared. Let me see what it looked like. It's let's see here. Say something went wrong. Let me know if it's any problem with the broadcast. Okay, it's back on right here. Now we have here in my area, it's 74 degrees here in Richmond, right outside of Houston. High of 86 and low of 64. Y'all know I'm right by the Gulf of Mexico, so it stays warm. Betty Bob say 41 and windy and cold in Baltimore and Maryland. I mean. Now, I use Uber Health, but my doctor prescribed it and gives me 6 months at a time. Well, they gave me, my doctor hooked me up, Jay Oliver, but they saying I don't qualify, even though I got to walk. They talking about I can walk 4 miles or 8 miles sometimes, 8 miles to get to the bus. How am I supposed to get there? And I got back problems. I walked the 4 miles one time. Air Force don't have tail hooks. Too poor. I bet y'all be ranking on the Air Force. They got some real good pilots, and y'all systems. Because I wonder where they land at. I just wonder where they land at. Because they don't have ships. If they not on ground, they have to be somewhere. Because y'all see, the Navy had a whole thing. Y'all have y'all ships, your carriers, you got the planes flying off and coming back. Thank y'all, family. And family, I want to thank y'all for being so incredible tonight. Let me know what you think of the broadcast tonight. Did we put out some information? Did you learn anything? Family, I feel so good tonight. Yeah, you know, sometimes I'll be a little down, you know, because it's been real, because my daughter and my niece in school, and I've been exhausted, just burnt out, because just thank y'all. Okay, now that's different. So the Air Force have parachutes. Now y'all don't have people parachute. Don't y'all have some type of other than the Navy SEALs? Do anybody propel out of y'all don't have no troops? Y'all had them little boats and stuff that President Kennedy used to be on. What they call them, little PT boats. I did a paper on that when I was in the military. Not in the military, in school. We picked him. I picked him. How he, you know, because he had already had a back injury, but how he's with his crew and they had got into something. And you know, I like John F. Kennedy. Smash that like button, family. Oh no, I'm one time I smash that like button. We about to. So family, family, did we do it tonight? Did we talk about those work limits? Huh? We as veterans, look, that veteran there, boy, they getting them younger and younger every day. Huh? They send them to boot camp. Come on now. Oh, so every branch has parachuters. Let me ask you this, Coasty, if you know, I know y'all, do y'all have any people that parachute or propel out of helicopters? Let us know. Because I think every branch, okay, let's see. Jay Oliver say the Navy has a version of AWACS also. I was wondering, basically, the command responsible for the operation, handling the operations and controls the tactical troops. Let me ask you this here, family. Tell me this here. Does every branch of the military have their own planes? I think even the Coast Guard has planes. I ain't gonna say even. Everybody has planes. But I wonder if the Marines have pilots. I mean pilots. Betty say, H-Town, good night. Good night, sister. Good night, Betty. Good night. Yep. MG Smith. Good night, Bernie. Say, love how to put the fair use clip in tonight. Gabe was front and center. Family, I love this thumbnail. Y'all don't know I love this thumbnail. Because I think get the point. Benny, take care, my brother. I'm sorry, I mean do it. MG Smith, take care. Betty Bobs, take care. Jay Oliver, take care. Charleston, take care. I think I said Betty Bobs. Let me see. Farm Girl Rebel, you might have left, but take care. Take care, sis. We love all y'all, okay? Thank y'all for y'all coasting. Respect, love, respect. Thank you so much, my brother from Massachusetts. Rose City D, thank you for your service, and all y'all for y'all service. Thank you for your support, coming in when you can make it, and the humor and the knowledge that you bring. Family, y'all just made my night. Y'all have done an excellent job. Other people are enjoying this. Oh, Lord, let me hurry up because people starting to come back in the room. Let me hurry up and get out of here. Let me see who the first person was tonight. Y'all did some serious chatting tonight. Oh, Van Olive. Thank you, Van. Thank you for taking your time and being so incredibly interactive with the channel. We thank you so much. If I miss y'all, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Even H-Town came in and started participating. Oh, man, y'all made me feel good. The first person in tonight was M.G. Smith. Thank you so much. They got his name up as Mike Smith, but M.G. Smith, yes, indeed. You know how they changed our names around. Okay, now here we go. I forgot about that. The Blue Angels, that's Navy. I forgot that. Good evening, family. Take care, brother. Coastie say they have rescue swimmers that jump out of helicopters. Internet had said Coast Guard was over the Gulf War that I didn't know. Now, I thought I heard something like that. Yeah, we had a lot of y'all over there, man. Let me tell you something. I thought I heard something like that. I'm trying to remember if I saw anything. Yes, Jay Oliver say yes, Marine pilots are on Navy ships. And thank God to the birthday of the Marines. I got to remember to do something on Thursday. I'm sorry, I missed it. And Marine bases, okay. Marines are on aircraft carriers. Okay, because they are part of the Navy. That's right. Yes, Marines have pilots and planes. Wow. Love how they put the fair use clip. Okay, yes, indeed. So, family, we're going to say good night. We want to thank you for being so incredible. We've been here 3 hours, almost 4 hours, family. I didn't mean to go so long. But I thank you. I've enjoyed it so much. And for those of you that watch live or recorded, thank you for being such an important part of our channel. And we'll see you on the next live stream. Take care, family. Good night.